All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Sidetracked Theories. Today we're getting into hauntings.
Yes, sir.
Famous hauntings, personal hauntings,
I'm excited for this one.
stories. It's gonna be a good episode, boys. I want to get this episode started with the Louisville Waverly Hills Sanatorium. Have you guys ever heard of that?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Okay, so the sanatorium was dubbed the most terrifying building in America. So, if that just says anything to the claim here.
Starting off strong.
Yeah.
I
So
like
to give a little bit of background, all right, this building, it started construction in 1908 to 1910, and it was mainly used to treat like tuberculosis patients because that was like rampant in the early 1900s.
Rip Arthur Morgan.
Yeah, dude. And for people that don't know, like tuberculosis is extremely contagious and very deadly. Like it would kill a lot of the people that would catch it.
So was it a hospital or was it an asylum?
Yeah, it was kind of like a hospital at first.
Okay.
It was like, more of a hospital.
Okay.
But, a lot of the patients that would get tuberculosis would also start acting wild and erratic
yeah.
too. So it was like a little bit of an asylum. But so at this point, it's more of like a treatment
hospital.
place. Yeah.
Okay.
So that went on until 1926 where the hospital essentially, was expanded to include 400 plus patients. So we have like 400 plus people here all going through like this insane sickness. They're all like, basically on their deathbeds really.
Yeah.
A lot of these people aren't surviving.
Well,
Right.
that's a lot of people.
Which is
dude.
crazy if you really think back into like the past.
And it's like all tuberculosis.
Yeah, like we
Damn,
take
that's
for granted like all of like the cures we have to shit
Modern
nowadays because
medicine,
like
yeah.
back then,
Real.
dude, it's like you would get like something that would almost be like a common cold back then, and it's like, well,
Be dead.
Yeah, you're
bro.
done.
Yeah.
You're done.
you like brush up on some like corroded metal. It's like, all right, it was nice knowing you guys.
Yeah.
Tetanus just
No,
knocks
yeah,
you.
no
Alright,
tetanus
later,
shot,
bro.
bro.
Yeah, but I'm sorry to continue here. So from 1926 to 1960, it served as that hospital, continuing to cure people with tuberculosis, and then a cure was developed. So it wasn't really needed as much anymore, so it closed in 1960. And then it reopened in 1962, from 1962 to 1981 as a nursing home. Just kind of like treat people, pretty much. Because, tuberculosis wasn't really as big of a,
Yeah.
pain. And then in 81, it closed again and just went into like disrepair. So it just kind of became like this abandoned place until 2001 when Charlie and Tina Mattingly acquired it, and they've had it as like a tourist attraction ever since, slowly repairing the facility.
That's crazy.
Now, okay, why did it get the name then? Obviously, yeah, sure, there were like people dying, but why is it known as the most haunted place?
Right.
Well, it was believed that nearly 50,000 people died there. They were disposed of via a body chute. And
Where?
50,000?
yes, 50,000 people died there, and they were disposed through a chute, 537-foot tunnel that led to the Dixie Highway. So they would take the dead bodies to keep them from being shown to the patients because they didn't want the patients there seeing all the people dying. They would take them and throw 50,000 plus patients down this chute to just piles, and then they would take them off, cremate them, do whatever they want with the bodies. A 537-foot chute, guys. They built this massive tunnel, and they would just throw the bodies down, bro.
There's like,
So, if you really think about it, they're dying in this painful tuberculosis like way, and then their bodies are just being tossed through a chute.
Yeah.
Just complete. Like, you're not even really getting graves at that point.
nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure some of them might have.
like hop down that chute right now.
Wow.
Sounds like the most fun slide you could go.
I feel like you go down that chute and you don't come out the same person. You go down that chute and you're like possessed.
Bro, I mean, like,
That's
be
terrifying.
Who needs
that
a
really
water
is
park?
terrifying.
You know what I'm saying? You got the Louisville body chute.
Yeah.
body shoot.
Body chute.
Bro, that just
Wow.
sounds fun.
Just get yourself a hose, run it down the chute, and you got yourself
real.
Yeah, hey,
longest water slide out there.
maybe some point in the future we'll do like a little fly out there. The
Sure.
Louisville Sanatorium.
Make sure we bring a hose.
Yeah,
Find a
'cause
little water source. Go to town, man.
according to a lot of the tourists, there's been some wild claims. So, I'll get into a few of them. A nurse who hung herself and reportedly still roams the halls is a very common like sighting there.
Dang.
So that's
Like
kind
from
of
multiple, like,
eerie.
people.
Yeah, like multiple tourists have claimed that they've seen like a nurse either like hanging in like a room and then like they'd look away, look back, gone, or they'd see the same nurse like roaming the halls, like
What?
trudging down the hallway. So that's scary. Also, another one that a lot of people claim to see is a boy who's looking for someone to play with him and his ball, and like someone would be standing in a room and they'd see the ball roll in, and then just like a little boy standing in the doorway.
Bro, just launch that ball, bro.
Play with
Dodgeball. Just pelt him, bro. He's cooked. He's cooked. He's done.
On a serious note, I'm like, man, like
Yeah, that'd be
a little
that
boy.
would be scary.
A
So.
little boy died in that hospital.
That's got to be like one of my like biggest fears is having a little kid haunt me.
Yeah.
And, like it's just like, hello,
Yeah, dude.
can you come play with me?
Well, not like
kill
more than
myself,
anything.
bro.
Like,
Fuck that.
yeah, dude.
Fuck that. I'm cooked, bro. I'm done.
And when I was doing the research and I read that, it just kind of like hit me where I was like, in my head, I was thinking this is all like older people or adults that were getting tuberculosis. I didn't even think about the idea that kids were going through this.
Right.
So when I saw this, I'm like,
dude.
dude, like a little kid dying in this sanatorium. Like, what kind of life is that?
Dude, and that was pretty common back then too.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of kids would die of like sicknesses like that. Like they can't do anything
Like,
about it.
I would feel terrible for like a 36-year-old dying. I'm like, that sucks. But
Yeah.
it hits on a different level where it's someone that didn't even hit their like 10 to 15
Bro,
years.
yeah, it's crazy.
That's wow. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just like, dude, that's tragic. That really is. So there's 2 more common occurrences as well. Dark human-shaped figures quickly moving through the walls. It's like you catch like
Through the walls.
yeah, like you just see like a dark shape just going straight through the
Yeah,
wall.
fuck that, dude.
And then one of the last sightings here is a man in white drifting through the halls during the night.
What?
So a lot of the workers or the employees, like during closing, claim to see this white man. That's
Dude,
just
yeah,
walking.
probably. I
and
mean-
you know that's not something you're like.
Well, I mean, I would assume like when I
Don't
think about
mistake.
hauntings, I always think about people that died in an unjust way.
Yeah,
Like that's why they're there.
yeah,
So like I would think that it's not even like the people that died of tuberculosis, like even though that's sad and like their bodies were just like shoved down a chute.
yeah.
But, like I would think it's the workers because the workers are there helping the like trying to treat the people
Right,
and then
yeah.
they get tuberculosis and they die. And they're like, dude, what? Like I'm literally helping these people and now I died of tuberculosis. That sucks.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
fuck this place. I'm gonna haunt
All
it.
you
Yeah.
now. Damn.
That's what. That's exactly kind of like what I was thinking too when I was reading that it was a nurse that hung herself at the facility. I'm like, this is.
wonder
this is
why.
someone that like the pain was
Probably
hitting them
'cause-
probably from seeing everybody dying.
Yeah,
and
seeing some shit like that little kid
Yeah.
die or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, imagine at your
fuck you
place
up.
of work, you're seeing people die on a daily basis and getting just drop down shoots. Like that's gonna hit me on a level.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like at some point you might become desensitized, but fuck, I don't know.
right. Then
Yeah.
there'd be the day where you just see like that little kid die, and you're like, oh, okay.
That
Yep.
just breaks
Yeah.
you.
Yes, exactly. But kind of building off this, that kind of concludes this topic. But I was wondering, like, would you guys ever, like me personally, I honestly would like go to like one of these places and spend the night there.
Never in a million years.
I expected that based off of the Skinwalker episode.
Never in a million years. There's
What
no.
about you, Gabe?
Listen,
I
bro.
know his ass is gonna say yes.
I'm not gonna lie. No,
doing it
I'll
alone.
say right here, right now, I would like fly out one of these weekends, like on a Friday, to go like record like a like overnight in one of these sanatoriums.
Here's my thing.
I would do
No
it.
BS.
I'm not no BS. I'll say it right here.
If I'm not alone, I'd come with
Here's my thing.
100%.
Micah,
You
do it
guys,
with us.
you guys are just asking to be haunted.
We are
Like you're just asking to get possessed.
kind of.
I mean, like
What do you mean, kind of, bro? What
like
do
I
mean
told
by
you
that?
before the pod.
I'm not denying that it's a stupid idea, but like, it sounds kind of fun.
Like I told you before the pod.
You guys can do that.
Like
on
I'm
your-
religious
we
and I
need to
believe in
develop the
demons.
dad lore somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
You can have your own dad lore, all right?
Bro, come on.
no, listen.
I'd much
Micah,
rather do skinwalker shit than,
What?
than
Then
going
what?
to a haunted
That's
place.
crazy.
Yeah, that is wild.
Listen,
No,
okay, here's my
what?
thing.
He doesn't want to bring the demon back with him.
Bro, an encounter with a skinwalker? Like,
He's thinking like Paranormal Activity
you're
where it like chains
basically
himself
dead,
to
bro.
him. You know.
you're basically dead. If you encounter a skinwalker, the chances of that are so low, but you're probably dead.
We can exercise you, bro.
If you get possessed, you're fucked. You're just so utterly fucked.
Dude, me and Gabe will tell that you're
Wait.
acting different
So
and
you're
we'll
going
exercise
into
you.
like religion, bro. Become like
No.
a certified deacon or a priest.
No.
Come with us. You're the blesser, bro.
No.
You're the holy guy.
yes, bro. You can
No.
bring holy water.
Yeah.
No.
You can help keep me and Gabe
Yeah.
safe, bro.
Type shit.
And if you get possessed,
No.
me and him will exercise you.
Yeah. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, you'll brief us on it before we go in there. Like, in case I'm the one who gets possessed, here's what you gotta do. Bro, I'm down.
Flash forward to like 3 a.m. and I'm like, Gabe, have you seen Micah? You're like, dude, I swear to God, he went to just go pee quick. I'm like, wasn't that like 10 minutes ago?
Bro, that was like 2 hours ago.
I poke my head out the corner. I just hear, ah, and then voice cuts out. We just can't find Micah anymore.
foaming at the
Or
mouth.
other way around, it happens to Gabe, and you're like, dude, I fucking told you this shit.
Dude, I told you this shit was gonna happen.
Yeah,
Just grab him by the neck. Fucking dumbass.
Dumbass just splashing holy water on me.
Dude. God, bro.
Damn it.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Ah, yeah.
So you wouldn't do it if me and Gabe went?
Never.
What?
Never.
Why?
Why not?
No.
This is like,
All right.
bro, isn't this like, this has got to be the career dream for someone going into like religion, bro. Like,
Good for them.
You're fighting your final
real.
boss, bro. Like, you're going head to head with
saying.
Satan,
Good for
dog.
them. Good for them.
Good for them. Bro,
Good for
come
them.
on, step up, bro. Step up
Step
to the
up, bro.
plate, dog.
Brother.
Like, all these other priests have gone in and done, like, real
I lead
shit.
teens closer to Christ. I don't repel demons.
I'm
You
saying, bro.
could
No.
learn.
Gabe, real talk, bro.
Real spiel, bro. I'll go.
We get some tickets.
Yeah.
We fly out. We go buy sleeping bags, some snacks and shit.
Fuck. I probably wouldn't
I'll
sleep.
bring my
I'm gonna
I'll bring
tell
my
your
camera.
mom
I'll bring
that
my camera and
you
tripod.
did not think this through it in the slightest.
Yeah, no. If I don't come back, it's like, listen, he wanted to do some stupid shit.
No.
I said, all right, you know,
All right.
you
They
live and you
actually-
learn, but he died, so it is what it
I
is.
tried to get him to learn, but he died. That's what I'm going to tell your mom.
But listen,
I
going
guess
to
he
Amityville.
died.
whoa,
Is that
that's
too
a
much?
different
Is that too
beast.
much?
That's a whole
Amityville?
different beast.
What?
Amityville?
Amityville. If you get in talks with the owners, they'll actually let you do an overnight there.
No way.
But you have to
That's
talk it over with the
crazy.
owners. They don't just let anybody.
Bro, that's not even funny, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like
That's not even
Real
funny,
deal.
bro. That's guaranteed that you.
I don't know.
someone
I
dies.
feel pretty secure. I'm like, I haven't had concrete evidence. Like, I've had encounters that I'll get into later, but I haven't had anything where I'm like, okay, I'm for sure ghosts are real, you know? But like I said, like as I was saying earlier, like I'm religious. I do believe in demons and stuff, but I personally haven't had an experience aside from sleep paralysis shit where I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And that's like you're kind of in a dream state, so I can't say that's for sure. But I would definitely be willing to test it
so
out.
man, you just got to start taking Benadryl, and the Hat Man will come protect you.
Real.
He'll be your guardian angel.
Oh, that's
man.
crazy. So you're for sure out then?
Yes.
I'm not kidding. I'm like actually down to do
No.
this. Gabe? All right.
You're a freak.
Figure this
Get
out.
me into it, bro.
I'm like, bro, that could be a series in itself, bro. I'd actually be
You guys can do
Absolutely.
that.
It'd be fun.
Just jet around to different places.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be cool as hell.
I'd get the camera with us too. I'd grab like a
Dots projector, EMF.
I'd
all
grab
that.
a really nice lens
Coming in
that's
loaded.
recording.
I'm just gonna say.
I get a night vision.
Yeah,
I'd get some.
Where
yeah.
if you actually in the 0.1% chance that this actually happens, please go to a local priest at a Catholic church and have them come with you.
Oh, that's true. I haven't been baptized or anything, so
Oh, I'm
He's
baptized.
fucked.
I'm baptized.
I'm like
You're
an open vessel, bro. Like,
Dude, now more than anything.
He will actually turn into a demon, bro.
More
I'll
than
actually get
anything,
hooked,
hold up.
bro.
Now that you just said that, more than anything, I'm scared that I'm gonna be laying there like
Yeah,
half
and
asleep.
he-
yeah,
and then
I'm
Gabe's
gonna
just
be
like
lurking over you.
Gabe's gonna stand over you like this. He's
Yeah,
gonna be,
yeah.
He's gonna be staring at you, bloodshot eyes, blood
Yeah.
dripping from his
I'm
eyes.
gonna be like,
Oh, I can't sleep.
I'm gonna be like,
I can't sleep.
dude, no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be laying there in my bed like half asleep and be like, and I'm gonna be like, Gabe, are you okay, Gabe?
Tony.
I'm just.
He's gonna be like, Anthony.
Oh,
His voice is like 10 octaves down. I'm like,
yeah. The government name, the full. I'll somehow just know your middle name all of a
Full
sudden.
government name.
Yeah.
Micah just sees in the news two men found dead in the.
Two dumbasses get
Amityville
rocked
house.
by demons in a haunted house.
Two men
Told you
found in
so.
a haunted house.
Bodies confirmed to be Tony Volkman and Gabe Dulac.
Yeah, we're
God. I'm telling you right now, though, I heard you say 0.1%. This is 100% happening.
damn. Really?
It's 100% happening.
Ooh.
No.
I'd love for you to do it, but I'm saying for sure I will.
Cool as hell.
I'm not even kidding. Like I could lot out a weekend for
I
that.
highly
I
recommend.
am gonna need a
fly out
priest
on
to
a-
like bless me up,
Yeah.
bro. Father, Son, Holy.
Dude, what if
Spirit, all
we arrange that too? We could make it like a
If
like
we
a,
actually do this,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna go to. A
I could
church
edit
and
that
be
together
like,
to be
"Hey,
like a full 40-minute like video of like, all right,
Yeah.
this is Gabe getting like
This is him getting
his
baptized before we go.
Yep.
Holy fuck.
And then like the road there, like a quick little like compilation of us on the way, and then like, and
A
this
baptism,
podcast is going
a
out.
baptism
so
purely for protection will not help you. You're still
if
cooked.
you're saying yes on the pod though, this is
Really?
going online,
You're
so
still
now this is
cooked.
held to you. So
Ooh.
this is official.
I do genuinely think it'd be fun.
I do too. It'd be sick. I'm sure I could get like another couple people to do
I
it.
probably
too.
wouldn't sleep though. Like the whole time we're there, I can't sleep there.
Bro, you're getting a sleep paralysis.
I'm either gonna bring some
I'm not
melatonin
gonna
gummies
do
or a
that.
Red Bull, like one or the other.
Yeah, I'm definitely bringing
I'm
energy
staying
drinks,
charged
bro.
or I'm like
Yeah.
knocking out.
Bro,
I'm not sleeping in that place.
Dude, well, and melatonin makes your dreams go crazy, so I'm like worried I'd sleep,
It
and then like
does, too.
it just opened my mind to like a demon just be like,
bro,
just take me
Talking
over.
about Paul Mahdi with the spice, bro. Like, it
Yeah.
opened my mind.
My thy knife cut and shatter or what is it?
bro, I know that
You know what I'm
some
saying?
some people
Yeah.
that have actually like really delved like deep into like how all this works,
Yeah.
and the energy that you bring into a place when you walk into a place like that attracts things.
So if I walk in there and I'm like, Gabe, I'm fucking ready for this shit.
You
Yeah.
will probably die.
Oh.
I'm willing to test.
So we got to
that.
go in there like mellow. Like,
I'm gonna cut
Is that what you're
him.
saying?
I'm gonna cut him saying that into the video of like right before we walk in. It's gonna be like Micah just
Yeah.
being like, "If you come in with that energy, you will die."
There's a specific
hard
energy-
intro.
It is a hard intro.
There's a very specific energy from your soul that a ghost can like attach to, and it can really fuck you up.
May thy knife.
That's all,
Yeah,
that's
I
all I'm
mean,
gonna say.
so
Only
we just-
warning.
we just
Only
gotta go in
warning
there,
I'm gonna
like,
give
with
you.
corpses already. We just got to mope in there and be like,
If you are
Real.
truly scared or hyped in your soul, you are going to attract something that's gonna feed off that, and you guys are fucked.
So
literally
right after,
sprint through the door
Yeah.
in there and be like, hey, bro, honestly, these ghosts are bitch made.
yeah,
You're fucked.
right after this episode, I'm ordering
so-
salt, a crucifix, an EMF reader.
You're getting
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro,
Spirit box. Need the spirit
I'm making
box.
that demon my
level
bitch.
5
What am I gonna
demon,
say?
bro. Level 5 demons coming up and just
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
skull fucking you.
It's gonna be like Pal Worlds, bro. I'm gonna throw a great ball on that bitch.
Yeah, nah.
Mine.
Never got into power.
Mine.
Man.
Bro said mine.
You'll like aim it like a creature, and like if you throw it,
Isn't that
it'll
like
say
a
like
Pokemon knockoff?
yeah, it'll say like
Basically, but the Pokemon
Yeah.
can have guns.
it'll say like 0.0.
Nice.
It'll say like 0.01% of catching. That's gonna be me
Bro,
with that
Pikachu
demon, and I'm
strapped
gonna
up?
secure it, bro.
Bro, that's undefeated.
I'm telling you, bro.
But anyways,
All right. Anyways, yeah. Well, now we secured that. That's happening.
Okay.
We can get into your topic now. Run the little. All right, go. You'll hear it in post. Anybody watching this, you'll hear this.
So yeah, off that, let's get straight to it. So
Let's get straight to it.
So I looked into the Stanley Hotel, which is in Estes Park, Colorado. So
See.
some people might have heard of this. It's pretty famous. It's been around for over like 100 years, and it used to be like any new, it used to be like any new hotel that was like, you know, it was like busing, like everybody was in there.
Wait,
It was
Stanley Hotel?
a very active
the
place.
Stanley
yeah.
Hotel. It's in Colorado.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. So it was like for a lot of wealthy people who were like trying to like get some solitude in the mountains, you know, kind of like the Hamptons in New York.
Oh,
or some
yeah,
shit when people
yeah.
go up there.
That would be
And-
kind of cool.
Yeah, it would.
Running out on a trip and you're just like chilling in the mountains.
In its prime too.
Yeah,
Like,
in
that
its-
hotel would have
oh,
been crazy.
You said when was this open?
Like it's over 100 years old.
Oh my god.
It's pretty old.
These are like people in like the early 1900s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. Like imagine like driving up in like one of the very first automobiles
Yeah.
and like staying the night at like dude.
Got your Model T pulling up. They're
Yeah.
all rich people.
Yeah,
it's,
it's
like,
like-
you just got a parking lot
Yeah.
full of Model Ts, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
yeah, dude.
But so and then as like time passed, obviously, like getting to like the 1970s, it was like obviously on a decline, really old hotel at that point. And so it was like not abandoned, but like might as well be. Like nobody was going there
Yeah, it's
anymore.
pretty decrepit at that
really
point.
really
Yeah.
run down. And that's like at that time is when Stephen King went to go there. He's like, you know, this is kind of just the vibe I want to like to stay here,
Yeah.
to like write a story. Like it's like this
Oh wait.
old hotels. Like there's already stories of like
Okay.
it's being haunted.
Yep.
So and that led to The Shining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's where The Shining was like basically like put all together.
Right. And when he originally went there, he was
Did they
trying to think
actually
of
record
like
at that hotel,
I don't think so.
or was it based on
I
that
think, it was,
hotel?
I think they recreated the set.
'Cause that would be insane if they recorded it at that
No,
hotel.
because they had like
I don't
the
know,
lights working and
Did
stuff.
you fact check that?
yeah, I'm gonna right now actually.
I think they staged it,
Yeah.
like, but they basically made it like almost exactly the same.
No way.
Otherwise, I think they might have.
I could definitely see it going both ways, but that would be sick if if they did.
I don't know if
Yeah,
the
so it
lights
was
and
not
all that,
filmed
I was gonna
there.
say,
Yeah,
I wouldn't think that the lights and like all the stuff would look.
No, that makes sense. And they
Nice.
wouldn't want to damage the property.
But, yeah.
Hey, well, props to you for it. Hell yeah, dude. You got that shit. That's crazy.
So
The
the
things that,
interior
like-
shots were shot in like a studio in the UK, and the exterior
UK,
shots,
really?
yeah,
Did not expect that.
Were
I think
shot
Stephen King's
in,
from
like-
the UK.
Wow.
I don't think so.
I thought he was.
Is he? Oh,
All right, one more
it's-
fact check. Let's see
Originally,
this.
I think
Say
he
less.
was.
Hey, Micah
might
could be on a hot streak right now. Let's see this.
Originally, I think he was.
Like born there.
You're gonna blow my mind if he was from the UK.
Let me see. He was born in Portland, Maine.
Oh,
Close.
yeah, it's right across.
But so then the exterior shots of that hotel were shot at Timberland Lodge in Oregon.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So they went from both sides of the U.S.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's pretty wild.
So wait, so what makes the hotel so haunted?
So it was like there were just a lot of different, nothing like too special, just kind of stories going around of like, oh, like this person like,
Commit suicide in there.
yeah. And they're like, so you'll just see this person running around the halls.
So was there any like actual grounding to like the twins being in the movie, where they had like the two little girls?
That's a good question.
So I'm wondering if that's
I'm
based on
sure.
any real
I don't
evidence,
know if that
or
was-
if that was just like something Stephen King kind of drew inspiration from.
I'm sure
don't know
that
if that
he.
was his
I'm sure
concept
that
or
he
not.
took like things that people saw and like put them.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we see like."
Yeah.
Man, he had to come up with the blood thing though. The elevator doors opening. If someone said that,
Unless that's the thing. Dude,
imagine that guy's probably in like a.
Dude.
That guy's probably in like a mental hospital if he's like.
R.I.P.
He's
whoever
like, guys, I
went
swear I was
hotel, bro."
walking out into the hallway and there was blood coming out of the elevator.
Yeah, bro.
You're like, dude,
What?
like, bro, if you told me that, I'd be like, Gabe,
Yo.
Micah I think Micah has a screw loose, bro. Seeing blood flowing down the hallways?
Yeah. But so
That's the next
actually,
level haunting right
the
there.
Stanley Hotel is actually the hotel that I was talking about that one friend on the Skinwalker
Oh, yeah,
podcast.
yeah,
So
that's right.
That was the hotel he went to.
That's crazy.
So whatever he captured in that jar is from that hotel.
That's actually scary as fuck.
It's
to
so
think that-
crazy. And he's got like pictures and
And he
everything.
said that thing was like actually haunting him.
Dude, yeah, and he has pictures too. Like he had like all of his friends and stuff. Like he's got pictures. I've seen them.
Hell nah, bro.
They are wild.
So that's why you're looking at me and Gabe right now being like, you guys are fucked.
Yeah, you guys are fucked.
Yeah, we probably would be fucked if we went, honestly.
I'm not gonna
Maybe.
lie, even if you might start faltering, bro,
Listen,
I'm
bro,
gonna have the energy the entire way of like,
Yeah,
Here's
Demons
what's gonna
might
happen. All right.
I would love to.
Here's
do
what's
that.
gonna happen.
I think that'd be cool.
You guys are gonna walk in. You're gonna be like, ha ha, what's good? We about to be here all day. Someone's gonna see something. You're gonna try and run out. Doors locked. You guys are fucked.
I'm just picturing like if me and Gabe had gone like this weekend and it was like in the height of like March Madness. he's like, bro, Casey's fucking dude. You see Casey right now? And then all of a
Kentucky
sudden-
just lost, bro.
All of a sudden, he just gets dragged out of the room.
dragged out.
He's like, no, dude,
Stop.
I gotta see if they win. Like,
Where you guys are playing Lethal
that
Company
was
in real
crazy.
life, bro.
yeah,
Be honest, like the actual punishment, like screw getting possessed, like they just
Bring
take
it
me away from
back!
March Madness.
Bring it back.
Yeah, Gabe's
You're
like-
running after him.
Gabe's like, you see this over here? I'm like, where? I turn over, it's not Gabe.
Bro's just.
No, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I feel like you can't like with that kind of stuff. You just can't be like skeptic, you know?
Dude, and what really
It's
scares
like you
me
let it in when you do.
is
you know?
I feel like this might be a hot take,
All right, let's hear it. Let's
but
hear it.
I feel like the back rooms actually come from an actual haunting.
What? What do you
mean by
mean?
that?
What do you mean?
So, like, if you guys are familiar with like with the back rooms,
I'm very
basically
familiar with that.
the whole premise is that you just no clip. You just like clip out of reality.
Yeah, like you're falling. I'm like sitting here talking to you, and
Well,
Yeah, like,
like
you blink and you're just
well,
in
so
a different place.
like Gabe, have you seen?
I think where
Yeah,
it comes from is it's not even like in a moment, but it's like you walking through a doorway.
Oh yeah, I've seen
So
that
like
too.
when your peripheral is being changed and you just like no clip in that moment. So like you could walk through a doorway and then all of a sudden you turn around, the whole like floor is replicated, right?
Okay, I'm hearing
I
you
could
out.
see like if you guys are familiar with like anime, there's like certain ones that talk about like
I'm only like familiar with
sorcery
like,
and stuff, right? So like there's one that I watched and I
about
love
like
it.
domain expansion
It's
from like
dude,
Jujutsu
domain
Kaisen.
expansions, right? But I love
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
love Jujutsu Kaisen. I love it.
No, I
Such
think
a good show.
Jujutsu Kaisen's cool. I don't.
So good.
I want to say though, I don't watch anime.
So
Jujutsu Kaisen's the only one I've ever watched. 'Cause my buddy Dan on the other side.
Like if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
The literal power is called cursed energy.
Yeah.
And so when that happens,
Main expansion.
bro said, "Let me cook." but like, there's so many things that can happen
Yeah.
where a ghost can manipulate reality in such a way that it can change in an instant.
Yeah.
Like we think about like when we were talking about the elevators. The elevators, like blood is pouring all over the elevators. Blood isn't actually pouring over the elevator.
They got the reality stone for real.
But have you been
Bro,
in a
for real.
situation where you feel like
It's real.
reality was being morphed? I feel like
Bro, that's
wanna
what I'm saying, dude. They can do that
I want to
shit.
believe it, but this is why I want to go out and do this shit because I'm not a believer right now.
Okay, but if
Like
okay,
I think
imagine
humans are out there, but like I'm not a believer of shit like this
imagine you walk into a hotel and you know it's haunted.
Mm-hmm.
You start walking down the hallway. You're like, dang, it's kind of taking a long time to get to the end of this hallway. I didn't think that building was that big. It's a pretty big building, but you know, I didn't think it was gonna take that long.
Yeah.
You turn around to walk back, it's a loop.
No, you know what? I had a dream one time where I walked through this door, right? I was at this movie theater, and like you know how like they have that door towards the top that kind of like leads up to the projector. I went like I was in the movie and I was like, this movie's boring. I want to see what's in here. I walked through that door, and then there's another door, and I'm like, weird. And I go through that door, and it's just a really long hallway.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, dude.
I used to work there, so we used to just like walk around.
No way. So this
Yeah.
is kind of what it's like there too. No way. Okay, so I walk in there, and really long hallway, just with a cold steel door at the end, and I turn around, and all of a sudden there's just a wall behind me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what?
What?
And I'm like, no way. And then I turn back around, wall behind me there too. So now I'm just in this box room. I'm like, what the fuck? And like in that moment, I don't realize I'm in a dream. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And then I turn back around again, and then it's just a long hallway again, and I just start running down the hallway to this steel door. And I got this like heavy presence of like something like I should not be near.
Dude, yeah.
And
the
I
movie
open
was wild.
it, and it was like this it was just like this cold like freezer, just with like
Dude, that's
you could
crazy.
see like the like frost and like all of, like the you know that just like cold
the
air.
cold air,
Yeah, like had that mist almost, and then I could just see something moving like a meat rack, and then I like shot up and I woke up and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like,
Dude, yeah, the movie theater was
I don't
want to
get into dreams, bro, but like how did like I laid to bed one night and that's just what my mind conjured up for me, like why did it concoct
But dude,
like some
ghosts
kind
can
of
do
wild
that with
like
they can do that with reality though.
oh, so you're trying to say maybe I had a ghost kind of like come at me in the middle of the night?
There's different
All right,
kinds
come
of
at me
ghosts.
is not the best choice of wording, but
I mean, there are different kinds of
a
ghosts.
ghost not entered me. Oh, fuck, dude.
Ain't no way.
Bro, how do you say a ghost? I can't say a ghost came at me. I can't say a ghost entered
The
me.
ghost
What do I
came
say?
on you.
Bro,
It came on him.
the ghost
The ghost
Yup.
possessed your mind.
thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because like
I
a
just
possession
canceled
doesn't
myself.
necessarily
that's
mean
exactly
that
what I
takes
said,
control.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, just like possessing you is just like they have a hold of you.
Yeah. Grasp.
Like to possess is to just be in control of something.
All I'm saying is, like, you know, I've had some encounters, but I've never had like an experience where I'm like, I want to believe what
It's
you're
pretty-
saying,
it's
you
pretty
know,
weird, dude.
but I feel like they can't like, because to say that they're like morphing reality is to say that they're like actually a thing, and I'm like,
But I mean, they
I
are.
think
though.
demons are a thing, but I feel like ghosts. And
See,
shit.
this
It's-
is
it's
why we gotta
basically
go
the same
find
thing.
out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, because like,
Well, like ghosts and demons are basically the same thing.
sorta. I don't know.
It depends on.
I don't feel like demons
happened,
can
I
like.
guess.
I feel like demons can like show themselves, but I don't feel like they can like necessarily change reality around you. But I want. I
Sure
like
they
hearing
can.
you. I like hearing you talk about your.
What do you
point of
think
view.
sleep
I
paralysis
feel like
is?
personally, I'm just like. I think sleep paralysis is like you're in your dream state still. You know.
Are you?
Like I want to believe it's a demon every time. Like you heard the stories I
Yeah.
talked about. Like that's some crazy shit that happened to me.
You
but
should actually tell that.
Did I say that on the pod before? I don't know
think
if I
so.
have said that on the
I
pod
think so.
before. Okay, so the first sleep paralysis experience I had, I was sleeping in my bed, and my buddy Toby was over, actually. He was sleeping on the floor next to my bed, and I wake up at like 10 a.m., And he's like, Toby, I love you. But he was snoring very loud. And my mom like walks in the room. She's like, hey, honey, you can sleep in our bed if you want. We're going to go off to church. I'm like, oh, thank you. So I go lay down in their bed, and I'm laying in their bed, and I slowly like doze off. And all of a sudden, in the middle of like my sleep, I wake up, and I'm like frozen. I can't move. My limbs are just laying there.
Just
And all I can do is move my eyes around like this.
Damn.
And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? I'm like literally just laying there like. And all of a sudden, like I can like peek into the left like this, and I can see in the doorway just this tall, black, shadowy figure. I swear to God, it's like the scariest experience I've ever had, next to the last story. But I'm laying there, and all I can hear is like some kind of like demon like speaking to me in tongues. I swear to God, on my life, like literally on my life and my family, all I hear is like this.
What?
But I can understand what it's saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like all I hear is. But like it makes sense to me, like the gibberish of like whatever kind of tongue shit, and all I'm hearing is just submit, just repeating, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm laying there, and I see this shadow slowly approach, and I'm laying off kind of to the like right side of me, like this, you know, so I can peek at the doorway, but I can't see to my left side, if that makes sense. If you could picture that. So I'm laying there, and I see the shadow figure just drift off, and I can tell that it's like to the side of the bed, like it's next to the bed. But I can't see it anymore at this point. And all I see is like my left eye has like 3 lines crawl over it like this. Kind of goes over like that. And I just go blind in my left eye. And I can only see out of my right eye. And I'm like laying there. I'm just, holy fuck. All I'm thinking is, no. I'm just screaming in my hand, like trying to make my fingers move and go, no, I'm not submitting. I'm screaming the fuck, like, just let me out. Just like screaming. I start to move my hands more and I can like move again. I jump out of bed, and the vision in my eye, like, you know how like when you stand up too fast and your vision goes black and then comes back? That's exactly what happened to me. Like I sit up, and my left eye, only my left eye, my right eye I could have seen out the whole time. My left eye goes, like, just comes back.
Yeah.
And it was 3 lines, which is notable because like the devil's like the 3 like marks or whatever. But anyways, I get out of there, I sprint out of that room, and I just like go and sit out on the couch for like the next like 40 minutes, just being like, holy fuck, what just happened? And this was the first sleep paralysis experience I had ever. And this was when I was 17. Jesus. Now, come a year later, and it is noteworthy to say that every time this has happened to me, I drank the night before. So I don't know what that has to do with the story, but maybe drinking opens your mind to some kind of like demon shit. I don't know. Like I said, you know, I was just talking about how I'm skeptical. So I'm, you know, I still stand that I'm skeptical, but maybe drinking kind of just.
That's
who
a
knows?
whole other conversation.
But anyways, yeah. But to get through just this quick is that
Got to get priest-worthy on our ass.
the second sleep paralysis experience wasn't so bad. You know, it was kind of fucked still, but I was laying on my side this time, so that it is also another noteworthy thing to say that I was laying on my back when this happened, like off to my right kind of, but I was laying on my back. Now this time I was fully on my right side, facing the wall in my room, and I wake up at like, I would like to say it was around 4 a.m. I couldn't tell. But I know for sure it had to have been around there because the room wasn't light yet. It was still pitch dark. And I went to bed around 2 this night. But I wake up, and I'm facing the wall, and my TV is off. So it's just pure dark in my room. But I can like barely make out like the wall. And all I can do is just hear the tongue sound again, and I can't move. I'm just laying there, and all I hear is just... And it was just saying like, and I'm like, dude, this is fucked. Like, I swear to God, it sounds like I'm making this up. I have no reason to make this up. I don't support, like, this demon shit. Like, I think demon shit is real, but, like I was saying, like, I don't think ghost shit is, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing this is just return. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean in my head? I'm just like, let me out of this. And I'm like, I get my hands, this time way quicker than the last time. Get my hands to move. That's what is always triggered it every time. Is once I feel my fingers moving, I can, like, normally pull myself out of it. So it's just, like, this kind of like screaming, and then I get like my hands to move, and I'm good. Now, good. I just go back to bed. That one wasn't as bad either. But the third time, dude, was the most fucked experience I've ever had in my entire life. I literally like not on some like stupid shit, but I sometimes do have like fucking almost like nightmares about this shit, just because of how real it was to me, bro. And like my little brother can back me up on this because this shit actually happened. So we go on this trip to Utah in, I'd like to say November of 2020. It could have been November of 2021. we go on this trip, and we are sleeping in this hotel. Me and my uncle were drinking by the pool. So that's why I mentioned the drinking thing. All 3 times I drank that night. I am going to bed later that night, and I fall asleep, and I'm just in this dream where I'm just enjoying myself. I'm like on like a drive. I'm just like hanging out with some friends. I'm like, oh, this is a nice dream. Like, obviously, I don't realize it's a dream, but, you know, in that moment, I'm like, hell yeah. And all of a sudden, I like look up in the reflection of the window, and all of a sudden I see in the reflection the same sleep paralysis demon that I saw the very first time. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? And it instantly pulls me out of the dream, and I'm like laying in my bed in the hotel room, and the mirror across from my bed, I can see it standing in the mirror. And it crawls, I shit you not, bro. Like, I swear to God, this sounds like the most whack, like, crazy shit. I swear on my life this is true. It crawls out of the mirror, like, onto the ceiling. Like, the spider-like shadow figure crawling across the ceiling, like, towards me, like this. Like, slowly towards me. And I can see in the corner of my eye, my little brother on the right. He's on the second, like, queen bed or whatever bed. And he's sitting there swiping on TikTok. I can hear the TikToks in the background. And I'm, like, sitting there just laying there. And I can't move. I can't make a sound, but my eyes are there like this. And I'm sitting there and I'm like just breathing heavy to just get his attention. So I'm just going like, just like trying to like get him to like actually like come out and like fucking like help me. And I see it like all the way to the point where it's literally right above me, like just slowly creeping down, like the most fucking haunting face you can imagine, bro. I swear on my dude. And he's like, I hear my little brother go, Tony, are you okay? And I'm just going, and he gets up. And he sees, like, my hand. I don't know how he even, like, by God, maybe he just knew to grab my hand. But, like, I'm sitting there, like, my hand's, like, off the side of my bed. And he just, like, grabs my hand, pulls me right out of it, bro. Shadow gone. Everything, like, completely back to normal. I'm just like, holy fuck, dude, thank you so much. And he tells me, when I talked to him about, like, what happened that night, he said, and you know how, like, I'll get into this, but, like, he said that my eyes were closed. When
Your eyes were closed.
Yes, he said that he heard me breathing heavy, but my eyes were closed, and he saw my hand, and he just thought like maybe touching my hand would
But
help.
you could see him on TikTok.
Yes, and I'm saying this is what's crazy. When you're in REM sleep, that's why it's called REM sleep, is because it's rapid eye movement. So it's like when you're in deep sleep, and like that's when your mind is like in its full like dream state. But I'm like, how did I know that he was like swiping? And like I asked him, and
I mean,
like
your brain could have.
He said that's what he was doing too, though.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that like your ears and your mind are so complicatedly smart that like they can just kind of put that together.
Yeah, your brain just
like,
predicts what
you can hear that happening, but like your brain is so intensely like complex.
I was just like, how would I be seeing like, or maybe he thought my eyes were closed, but like they were like kind of open or something. Like maybe I was like half-eyed open or just, like spazzing out or something. But anyways, after this incident, I come back, I fly back to town, and I hang out with Isaac. And I'm talking with Isaac about the events that happened. I'm like, dude, that's another person who can back me up on this story too, because I told him the story like 2 to 3 years ago, and he's like, dude, if you're like a good friend of mine, like, trust me, just keep this open. And he opens to a page of the Bible. I wish I could remember the page off the top of my head. I don't even remember the verse. But he opens to a page and he goes, if you keep this open in your room, this verse is supposed to ward off demons. Like, you will not have sleep paralysis again.
That's interesting.
And I'm like, dude, you know, I believe in God too, but really? And he's like, seriously, like, swear on our friendship that you're going to keep this open. Bro. And I'll have him on to back me up on this on like a future episode. But dude, he's like, swear on our fucking friendship. And I'm like, dude, I'm kind of laughing at him a little bit. He's like, bro. Yeah, I'm like kind of laughing at him a little bit. And he's like, seriously, like he like went straight face. He's like, yeah, actually, like, I'm not kidding. Keep this open. Or like, I don't even know if I can be friends with you. And I'm like, don't, dude, I'll keep it open. I'm just saying, you really think this is going to make a difference? It's
pretty wild. Like, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of shit that can pull you out of that.
Yeah, 100%. And where it gets crazy is, okay, so this happened like 2020 to 2021. That book is open in my room right now. And I haven't had sleep paralysis a single time since.
Damn.
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
How is that, bro? That is crazy. Bro, I've had moments where like I woke up and I was like kind of stuck for a second, but I very quickly like You know, like it is just like where you're very sleep and sluggish. But I've never had it where I'm like sleep paralysis demon or nothing.
See, I've never had sleep paralysis, so I
haven't
couldn't.
either. I couldn't tell you what that's like.
Yeah.
Well, and like I want to entertain the idea that it's like demon related, but I will offer like the science somewhat behind it. Is that the idea of like what a lot of people say it is like when you're in that deep sleep state, your mind is kind of like, you know, it's in that dream state where you're just picturing stuff, you know, your mind's able to just put shit together because you're dreaming.
Yeah.
And essentially when you go into REM sleep, your body puts yourself, you know, some people don't get this chemical like out there, and that's why people have sleepwalking. But for most people, your body puts out like a chemical. I wish I could bring up the name of the chemical right now, but it puts this chemical into you and it basically stops you from moving. It kind of keeps you paralyzed so that like
That's
when
crazy.
shit happens in your dreams, you don't go flying out into the wall, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I'm sure you have dreams where you're like walking around talking to people. Like that's keeping you in place.
Probably.
Is like you're able to dream that and not like move around or like spaz out
Yeah,
your sleep.
I would think so.
Like, have you ever gotten to like a fight or something, like an altercation with someone, or like
I don't think so. When I
or
sleep,
a dream where you're running, you know?
like
It's
I
like,
roll a lot in my sleep, and I think that's
me
because
too.
it's like the direction that I'm like
I used to be
thinking about
really
in
bad
my
at
sleep.
that. Yeah.
Depends. Or the only thing though is if I sleep on my stomach, I don't roll. Super weird. I don't know what it is.
You know what? You're
So
right.
This
I think
says
me too.
that GABA and glycine shut off motor neurons during REM sleep,
So
and that's what triggers REM paralysis.
yeah, and people who sleepwalk tend to not have that chemical release then or something like that. Wow, that's cool, dude.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm wondering, like, maybe it's like maybe I'm getting like an overload of that chemical or something when stuff like that happens.
be.
Or I don't know. That's
weird.
where
I've never had anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone else who's ever had sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
So
I've met a couple other people who've had sleep paralysis, but I've never heard something like as crazy as that story.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like insane to me, because I swear, like, I'm not getting any benefit out of like
Right.
making that shit
Yeah.
up. Like, I was just talking up about how I don't think this shit is like that serious. That's why I'm like, that's why I chalk it up honestly to be like, just, you know, I think it's like maybe I'm still in my dream state, and then like that chemical you just named. I'm thinking like it has something to do with that, because again, I know I've said I'm religious, but it just doesn't make sense for me to believe that I'm waking up and I'm just paralyzed.
right.
Like no way that
That's crazy.
no way that a demon or something can just have that kind of control over me just for going to bed. Maybe if like it like I don't know. I'm like, are you that vulnerable when you're asleep? That
Sound
you
like
just-
some Freddy Krueger shit, bro.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
while
I'm
you
like,
sleep.
I'm like, what? And like I was saying, every time I was drunk when I went to bed. I'm like, I want to like chalk it up to like, you know, you don't get good sleep when you're drunk.
Like
You're not.
crazy dreams.
Yeah,
or some
you can
shit.
ask so many people. It's like you're not really actually sleeping when you're drunk. Your body's kind of like in a state where it's
Really?
more just like killing off the alcohol. Yeah, it's like you're
Could
not.
be. I feel like I
Yeah.
get good sleep.
Oh yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I almost have like a better charge in the morning.
Oh, I
when I
swear.
drink the night
I feel
before.
like I'm knocked out.
But yeah, you technically don't really like your body apparently doesn't really sleep because it's got to focus all its function on like taking care of the alcohol. So when you're sleeping, like you don't really like, because your sleeping time is mainly dedicated towards like your body processing like all of your internal information.
That's
So it's like
interesting.
telling
if
all
you
your cells to
drink,
kinda, like-
your body doesn't sleep.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Your body, I mean, like you technically do sort of sleep, but it's like your body doesn't get all the functions it typically does down. Like I can't speak too much on it because I'd have to do a little bit more research.
Yeah.
But I know roughly the idea is that like when you're asleep, your brain kind of uses that time to process all of the information and like trauma, for example. Like let's say you went through a ton of stress over that
I think
day.
I heard something like that. It just
Yeah.
takes in everything you did that
Yeah,
day.
and it
kinda
basically
just
processes it. Like if you don't get a good amount of sleep, like you're gonna wake up the next day and you're gonna be way more negative, for example, or you know you might be a lot more irritable around the people you are, and that's just because your body doesn't have time to decompress all that stress.
I heard that's the same thing. So I have a really hard time sleeping. I have insomnia. So
Me too.
it's like impossible for me to sleep. So I found
get that too.
I found that one thing that really helps me sleep is playing a show or something in the background while I'm sleeping.
Yes.
The only thing is though is I heard that when you're sleeping, your brain is actually still processing everything that's happening in the background, so you
Yeah.
actually don't sleep
Yeah.
until like
It's weird.
like I mean I usually play like Hulu or Netflix because it will automatically shut off after like a certain amount of
Yeah.
time, and then I'll get like
I'll
hours
listen
of sleep.
to I'll listen to YouTube before I go to bed. Like I've been doing this for like probably the past 10, 12 years.
Yeah, I have been too.
But just recently, over the past like 2 months, I've been putting on like thunder or like rain in the background.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've been getting the best sleep I've ever had in the past like 2 months.
I've had my stints where I do that exact same thing. I'll do it for like a month,
Yeah,
like maybe even just a couple days, and then I'll be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I kind of just want to watch a show again.
fair enough.
Fall
Yeah,
asleep to a show.
I'll do. It's like every other. But like, dude, like when I put on thunder and like I hear like the slight pitter patter of the
Dude,
rain,
it's
it
so
knocks
nice.
me right to bed.
It's so good.
I don't know how some people like they get so scared of thunder.
I don't either. I've
Crazy.
always liked thunder.
I know, me
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
But
Falling
so,
asleep to like a rainstorm is peak.
so like when I was in high school, I was in choir
Mm-hmm.
for like all 4 years. And when I got into concert choir sophomore year, I started really getting interested into music. And I found that choral music, like if you find like actually good choral music,
Choral music?
so like basically choirs,
Oh, okay, okay.
when you get a really good ensemble of choirs singing music, dude, it knocks
It's
you
on a
out.
different level.
Bro, it knocks you out. It's
I mean, it kind of
wild.
makes sense.
It's
like the
wild.
resonation.
Well, I think like what really helps is like, I mean, you have a lot of like music interests, like
Yeah.
even like producing.
Oh yeah.
If you can pull choir out of that and like really listen to like the chord progressions, if
Yeah.
you really focus on that, bro, knock you out in like 2 minutes.
That's crazy.
Dude, sounds and frequencies, it's proven
Yeah, they do have a
affect-
massive impact.
They have a massive effect on your mind.
That's why I love music so much. Like I don't want to get too sidetracked.
Yeah, we've been pretty sidetracked for a while now. Yeah.
I don't want to get too sidetracked, but like, bro, music fascinates me because the way it elicits such an emotion and its way that it connects with memory.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you hear a song again and you instantly are brought back to a moment?
yeah.
It's so crazy. Like you hear a certain song on and you're like, oh my God, I remember like this memory during summer, or I remember like this moment I had with my parents just by hearing that song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the way that it instantly connects like that
It's
is
so weird.
crazy to
Right.
me. Like, how can you hear the first like couple beats of a melody and you're like, oh my God, yeah, I remember being on the beach that day.
I think it because it's emotionally.
crazy.
I think it's because
Yeah.
it's emotionally attached.
Yeah, but to attach also like what you were seeing at that time,
Yeah.
like that's so crazy
Exactly
to have
what
a
you were doing,
visual,
like
Mhm.
Sanguine
visual
Paradise,
connection just through sound.
Lil
Yeah.
Uzi.
Yeah.
Bro, I was literally in my car just driving. It was like
Yeah.
in the summer or some shit. I'm like, bro, this is a vibe
Yeah.
right here.
Like you could play one of those unreleased Gunna songs right now, and I'd instantly get flashbacks to like when you
Hey,
were like,
tonight.
Yeah.
like, boys.
Hey.
yeah, exactly,
Hey,
dude.
in
I'm like,
40 minutes, bro.
yeah,
40
Yeah.
minutes that's dropping.
that's
Ooh.
wicked, bro.
I'm ready.
All right, I do want to go back on topic though, because we have been off for a little bit,
100%.
and I don't want the
So
camera.
while we were
down.
talking about that
Yeah.
stuff, like the only thing I can find, and I looked around, is that it was based off a real haunting there. That's all it says. It was just based off a
It
haunting.
says something
that
kind of
happened
crazy
there.
happened there,
Right.
And it
I don't think
Gave
the
Stephen
twins,
King kind of
I don't
an
think like
idea.
the twins were real. That was
Yeah.
something he made up for like the story, obviously. But
that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. But now, like after he released The Shining, like that hotel's busy as hell again as a
That's
tourist
crazy
spot.
that it brought
That's
that
why you're
like
talking
all that business back.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And like to this day, it's like it rakes in a ton of money.
Well, dude, it's the same thing.
That's
Like in Pennsylvania, they have who was the couple that did all the exorcisms and
Warrens.
stuff? The Warrens.
Yeah.
Dude, the Warrens.
Conjuring movies,
So
bro.
the
Goated
Warrens,
movies.
the Warrens' house is actually one of the biggest tourist like places to visit because they have all of like this stuff that they like solve. Like they solve like certain hauntings and stuff,
Yeah.
and like they have like all these different things. Like they even have like a museum. I don't know if the museum is the actual house that they lived in,
That sounds
or
so
if it's
cool
a
to
separate
visit, though.
place. Dude, they have the Ann doll in there.
The Annabelle doll. So that
Annabelle
Dude, I've
doll.
it's
actually
not at their
done some
house.
research on the Annabelle doll.
I think it's
before.
in like
It's
been
somewhere
moved
Oregon,
around a
I would
lot.
say.
No, I thought it was in Pennsylvania.
Is it? I'm gonna look that up.
Did
too.
you know?
Look it up.
I don't.
God, it's
I don't
been
know
so
where they're
long.
keeping that now.
Dude,
It's been so long since I researched
this
the
is
Annabelle
something.
doll.
This is something
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
So I was reading something. It was probably like a year or two ago, but it always stuck with me because I was like, dude, that's fucked.
Yeah.
So in this museum, wherever it is, I thought it was in Pennsylvania. But I was reading this article about it, and because they're like, oh, you'll never believe, or it was something. It was a stupid article.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
it was like,
imagine this.
You'll never believe what happened at the
Yeah.
Pennsylvania Museum of whatever. I think it was like demonology.
Yeah. What happened there?
So the Annabelle doll is in there in a cage,
Dude, yep. They have it boxed up.
boxed up, blessed, like everything possible that they can do.
Yeah.
Once in a while, the security guard will find it outside of the cage.
Dude.
Yep. A lot of people say that that's like the most
Bro.
haunted object.
Outside of the
Anywhere.
cage,
Fucked.
brother.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've actually no, dude. I've done some research on the Annabelle doll too, bro. Did you guys know this thing? All of like the previous owners until like the current owners have had it, died in some kind of crazy car accident.
Yeah,
They
dude.
either died in a car accident or just a crazy
Freak
way.
accident.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I looked into this. I've never even seen the movies. Ironically enough,
Really?
I've seen The Conjuring where they kind of like showed it all.
Yeah, kinda
But I've never
introduce
seen
it.
Annabelle like the movie. But I know just from like looking into it a little bit. Yeah, dude. I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 previous owners. They all died in some whack ass
Dude,
way
and
of
the
like a car
actual doll
accident
is
or, like-
terrifying because it's not like
It's not
some
like the movie.
Yeah,
it's not this like
it's
really
not like this
animated
antique- yeah.
wooden
Yeah.
doll.
It's
It's,
not
like
an
a raggedy
antique-
Yeah, it's
doll.
literally just like a.
dude. It's big. It's big. It's like this big, dude, and it's like the face is massive. It's not an antique doll.
You just reminded me, bro. So I had like a story I wanted to get into as well.
By the way, I'm just gonna throw this out
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
yeah.
It's-
Definitely, yeah.
It's kept
Sorry.
right now in the Occult Museum, and the curator is the son-in-law of Ed and Lorraine Warren, and it's in like Monroe, Connecticut.
What?
As of 2022.
Oh, so it's close to Pennsylvania.
It is, yeah.
It's insane.
For some reason, I thought I remember hearing like Oregon. For
Yeah.
It might have
That
been.
feels like it would have made.
Or maybe that's where it was
Could have
found.
been at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it was found.
Who knows?
Because they traveled all over.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah. So I couldn't imagine being a security guard. First off, even
You
working.
couldn't pay me enough.
First off, even.
No.
First
no,
off, even-
You could pay me.
no.
You offer
Going
me a
to
million?
some like
First off, even
Old
working at
insane
that
asylum?
place is insane.
Millie, I'd be like, Millie to watch a doll boy.
Yeah, brother. You find that you come to your shift, you find that buddy sitting. It's literally just sitting in the hallway, just like staring at the door, waiting for you
Yeah.
to come in.
I'd be walking out like Jordan Belfort
There is-
before he got caught.
There
I'd
is
be like,
there is nothing in between you. There's nothing in
Yeah.
between you with the most cursed
Bro, I'd be
object.
throwing her. I'd be
in
throwing her up in the air,
history,
catching
bro.
her, being like, "Hey,
Be
wee!"
like, and be like,
Comes back down with a knife. Yeah, that'd be fun.
no, that's crazy.
No, but okay. So,
all the things that have happened to people who watch that doll or have had it.
nah, it is
No,
crazy.
I'm having nothing to
But-
do with that. No way.
Did you guys know the first house I lived at until I was 10 was built on an Indian burial ground?
No.
That's what I was gonna mention when you showed up,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, I gotta say this for the pod," because I was like, "I don't have anything to really talk about
Yeah.
haunting-wise experiences." That's the only thing.
You gotta tell us that.
We found out, so we actually had our house blessed when I was like 3 or 4 years old.
You are so lucky.
I swear to God, dude. Yeah, it's over in Albertville.
Mm.
This house was built on an Indian burial ground, and
In Albertville?
yeah, and I never necessarily saw anything directly, but I will say every single time, like from when I was like 2 years old till older, every time I would go in the basement, because me and my older brother lived in the basement for like until I was like 6, and then I moved upstairs. When I lived in the basement, almost every single time I would go upstairs, I would feel this heavy presence of something just watching me like this. Like every single time, like only when I would
went
go to the stairs.
upstairs?
Only when I went to the stairs. Like I would exit my room and I would just feel like this heavy presence like breathing down my neck as I would walk up the stairs. And this was continuously without failure. Like even my little brother said he got that feeling. And
Nah.
it's wicked. Yeah. This whole time I'd had no idea back then that there was an Indian burial ground. That we found this out, or me and my little brother, we found this out when we were about to move out, and my mom was like, "Aren't you guys gonna miss this house?" And I was like, "Fuck
Hell no.
Yeah. At 10, I was like,
Hell no.
"Fuck no, I'm not gonna miss this house. I would rather take a townhouse over this shit." And she's like, "Did you know that this was actually built on an Indian burial ground?" She showed me the documents, like the pastor coming to bless it and everything.
What?
And the previous owners were even saying
No.
like it was like fucking, yeah, dude, yeah. And I'm like,
You're like, all right, shit's out.
I almost wondered, like, kind of like what you were saying earlier and like what I was referencing, like paranormal, where like the demon like attached itself to her like after they left. I'm like, I almost felt like that when I was living at the townhouse for a while, but
Dude,
I was
they
like,
do.
I feel like I'm good.
They do.
But I will say,
so
aside
Where the sleep paralysis came
see,
from.
but no, what I'm saying is like aside from the sleep paralysis, I've never had a scary moment here at this house. Like I've never had like a moment where like I'd come down here like sometimes to grab laundry and shit in the middle of like the night, and I've never felt like some eerie like creepy vibe, you know. Like, I've always felt good, and this house was built in like the 70s, so I mean it's got some
got some solid
it's got
bones.
some creepy shit to
Solid
it, but
bones.
I don't know. All I wanted to share was that, you know, I lived in an Indian burial ground home.
Did I
for,
ever
like,
tell
10
you
years.
that
Bro
me
really
and my-
lived the poltergeist.
me and my family actually lived in a house that was like actually haunted? So
Like you saw real shit?
I mean, I don't know
Like
if
you were
I
getting
was
touched in the night?
I was either like super young, or I might have not even been alive yet.
That made me think of the scary movies.
Scary movies.
Just get like dragged up the
Yeah,
wall
with
and shit.
what's his face, the guy from 2.5 Men, Charlie Sheen.
That ghost was trying to get in those, man.
Bro, he was going
Crazy.
nuts.
Yeah.
But
All
He's like, quit touching me.
Bruh.
but
All I
so
could think of when you said that.
my family stayed at a house that was actually haunted. Like a priest actually had to like come in and exorcise.
Like
it
only
at
for
some-
the night, or like this was your home?
I don't remember. I think it was in Wisconsin. But it was like
You guys were like
dude,
staying there for like the
like
weekend?
cabinets were opening and closing. Like dishes would be like thrown around.
See, I just keep thinking of paranormal activity.
Wild stuff.
Fuck.
I don't remember staying in this house, but whenever I bring it up to
you
like my
hear
older
it.
brother or like my
Yeah, they mention
mom,
it, and they're like,
they mention
dude.
it. They're like, yeah, I remember staying in that house.
God, see, why is it bad though that I want to see that? I want to see it happen
be
just for
terrifying.
confirmation. I don't even think I would genuinely be terrified. I'd just be like, oh, I'm investigating this.
Dude, but like,
Yeah.
Like,
see,
what's
but
gonna
that's the
hurt
thing
me?
is, like,
a
no
ghost. I'm a
one
person in the
ever
real
got
world.
hurt, and like, I don't think anything was like super destroyed.
That's what I'm saying, why I never understand this stuff, because I'm always like, if I find a ghost, I mean, obviously easy to say without actually experiencing it, but me personally thinking about it, I'm a physical person
Yeah.
embodied in the real world. This thing's like, you know, it's just there. You know, it's like
It is.
it's like I'm forgetting the word for it, but it's
It's
just
just like it's there.
yeah, it's just suddenly appearing. It's not real. It's not physical in the real world. So I'm like, what's that got on me? You know, it's like people that are like scared of like spiders. You know what I mean?
Okay, think about it.
Like I don't like
this.
spiders, but it's like, okay, I'm a big ass person compared to a spider.
Think
you know,
about
I'm
it
gonna
like
go.
this, right?
What's it gonna
I
do?
hate spiders, bro.
Yeah.
So
I'll murk it.
a ghost is just like here, right?
Yeah.
It can still affect things in this world, though.
Allegedly.
Do you think it's because it's in the fourth dimension?
Yeah, maybe.
A higher plane?
I think higher plane or
Because-
lower plane.
2D?
2.5D.
2 point. Interesting.
Word.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not thinking like 2 to 3 dimensional.
Okay, but
I
if
just
you-
mean like they're in a different like plane of
If
existence.
you think about it,
general.
right? Like if you take something that's 2D, like not this pane of glass,
Yeah.
but the very molecule of like the surface.
That's what fucks me up.
That's 2D.
Because I'm like, are we talking something that's existing not like through atoms? Because no way something is just making atoms appear and it's becoming a physical presence.
Well, because
But
you
can
can't
also
you
make
can't
those atoms-
physically hold on to something that's 2D. That's
Yeah.
impossible. I think.
Yeah.
Like we can
Well, I mean-
show
I mean, not
we
even
can show
dimensionally
we
wise,
can
though.
show an example of like
Yeah.
a piece of paper and be like this is 2D.
Yeah.
But like
I don't even mean dimensionally though. I mean like just plane wise, like on a different existence. I mean, no way something can just come into like materialize in front of you. That's crazy.
I mean, if you take a piece of paper and it's just the surface, that surface is 2D.
yeah, but the paper was there before you.
Yeah, but you can poke your hole through it,
Yeah.
or you can poke your finger through it.
I don't know. It's
Make
just the
a hole.
concept of something just coming into our plane of existence from like another level above us. It's hard to imagine a fourth
Well, I
dimension.
mean, we can't fuck with 4D stuff.
Yeah.
We don't even know what that is.
Yeah, like we can. Yeah,
Holy crap.
Like, we can function on a second dimensional
What is he
level.
looking
Dude,
at?
I just looked up like 4D just for
Have
shits.
you ever seen a 4D cube? They look crazy.
Dude, so this says,
It's just like time.
because I'm looking up like
essentially.
beings,
Yeah.
you know, and it was like a 4D being would be a god to us.
Yeah.
It would see everything in our world all at once.
Wait. Can I just say real quick? Isn't fourth dimension like the idea that like it's like time? So it's like a cube in all states. Or it's like a person in like all
Yeah.
states forward and
time
backwards.
Time and space.
Yeah,
are
you're
like
seeing
technically
you're
4D.
seeing Micah in every year after and every year before in the same.
Well, that's
existence.
like multiverse almost.
Well, so this, okay. So
yeah.
this
I
says it
mean
could,
like in the same moment.
like
though.
that means like 4D is basically existence in everything before and everything backwards, but not in separate times.
Mhm.
So like space and time are both
Yeah, at the same time.
fourth dimensional things because space is everlastingly
That's
expanding
weird, bro.
and time never
That's hard
stops.
to like. That's hard for like someone to grasp.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you think ghosts and demons exist on that plane? Is what you're saying then?
They could. That's
I
not
just-
what I'm saying. They could though.
it's
I have
possible.
a hard time believing that.
I think it's possible.
It's possible. Because this goes, it literally
wanna
says
say
it
it's
could look
not.
inside your stomach and remove your breakfast like without cutting your skin
Yeah.
is the kind of shit it could do.
That's crazy.
So like something that can go through the
Theoretically.
wall.
Yeah.
Like go through your stomach and shit and like grab your breakfast and just be like, yeah, you know what I'm
That's
saying? Like, I'll
fine.
take that.
But like
So then, from your perspective, where do you think ghosts come from then? You think you die and if you're a bad person, you become like this fourth dimensional being?
no, I don't think
That's
so.
what I'm saying. I feel like it's too. I don't know. Like I
Okay,
said, I
so-
believe demons, but I don't believe there's different planes of like these people.
Some ghosts I would even make the generalization that all ghosts are people that died and they have something that they were so selfish on not deciding if they wanted to go to heaven or hell that they stayed on earth to deal with their own business their way.
Yeah, kind of the idea of that, like they have unfinished business.
Whether or not that's getting revenge or finding someone to care about them. Because not every ghost is destructive and bad. Sometimes they're like you always think about like, help. Like that's because
Yeah,
someone
some of them are like Casper,
Yeah,
bro.
some- it's
some
like
of
your
them
grandma,
want
like, trying to talk to
some
you.
of them want you to like have empathy and care about them and take care of whatever they needed help with, and some of them just want to kill someone. They don't know who, or they can't find them because they're already dead.
Do you think
so
those
they
are, like,
just
the same
kill
people
everyone.
that kill people in like real life?
I would say so.
I mean, think about like the people that are like, dude, there's real serial killers out there that like 30 plus people.
See, but I don't think they become ghosts though. I don't think a serial killer could
You
become
think
a
they
ghost.
just? You think they go just like?
What do they want?
But what if like they got killed by somebody in like retaliation or some shit?
I guess.
What
but
about, like, all the
they're,
people who
they're
got, like-
satisfied though.
Like the electric
But
chair.
they could want revenge and shit.
I don't think serial killers have the emotional capacity to want revenge.
It's definitely some whack shit.
Like people, like serial
that's, like,
killers just
definitely-
kill people just to kill people because they
Yeah.
get off on it.
Yeah, like who's the guy that loves turning people into like furniture? What's his name? John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
Is that who I was thinking?
I think so.
He like turned people into like chairs and shit.
Took
Oh,
their
like
Shake their
lamps?
skin.
Like
stretched
the
them out.
lampshade. And,
Yeah, he'd make them into like chairs and like fucking. Ugh.
Like those people don't have.
You could do a whole episode on just serial killers too.
Well,
Maybe
because
that
like
should
if
be the
you
next
if you
one.
think about like serial killers, they're either lacking sympathy or empathy, which I think sympathy is a psychopath.
Yeah.
Empathy is just psychotic.
Yeah.
Psychopath can also be, so like a definition I heard from a psychologist on a show. He goes, so the definition of being a psychopath doesn't always have to be like you want to murder people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He said a psychopath is someone who can just be someone who will, in their mind, they can do anything that they want and they don't care.
They just don't care.
They don't expect consequences
Yeah.
Yeah.
for anything they do.
That's fucked.
Like you could be a murderer or like an inside trader and like just do all this stuff and think this is
Like,
completely my right.
is
And if
normal.
you get
Yeah.
punished, even though knowing it's illegal, if they
Still
get
in your head
punished, they're
thinking
still
you're
like,
right.
what?
Yeah, they're still like, how, bro?
Yeah, that's a
God.
psychopath.
So that's the thing is like they don't have the actual emotional complexity
Yeah.
to be like, oh, I want to get revenge on this person because they did this. Like all
Yeah, they're more in
all
this,
they're
like-
thinking is okay, how can I do this now?
Yeah, it's fucked.
So like they don't care.
God.
Like I feel like ghosts are people that care enough to go out of their way to do their
Yeah.
own thing.
No, I mean, I'm definitely
whatever
hearing you
reason
out.
it
I'm definitely
is.
hearing you out. I still stand on this grounding of like,
Wow. Consumers who exhibit
I don't know.
psychopathy, psychopathy, whatever, are likely to seek out revenge and actively engage
That makes
in
sense.
like negative and vindictive complaining. Therefore, they may be the most visible and allow service providers to notice and whatever. This is just going off
Yeah,
into
but
a
they're
different
making
tangent. But
that's like making a scene though, right?
Or even like,
not
like
really. It's like they want to
Someone
seek out
snubs them
revenge
and they're
for
like-
someone who like wrongs them.
yeah.
They like just hold this like vindictive like hate towards that person.
Like someone might see like a coworker hold the door for one person, but then not see that person hold the
See,
door for
okay,
them.
so-
Take it as
So
like
then
the
they use that as
biggest
like,
slight.
Yeah.
they're like, oh really? You're gonna hold the door for them, but
Yeah,
not for
so-
me.
so
And
that-
then they're gonna-
Murder you.
yeah, and then they're gonna use that as they're like in for like.
That's all it takes for
They're like,
someone.
okay, now I'm gonna do this because they did that.
Yeah, and that makes sense
That's some
because
psychotic
what I
shit.
was saying earlier is because serial killers had the satisfaction of doing what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
That is someone that hasn't had the satisfaction of what they're doing.
Okay. I see what you're
So
saying.
like they're seeking revenge because they didn't get what they wanted.
So you think a lot of these
A
ghosts
serial
are like people who
killer
are, like,
got a lot of what they wanted,
So you think they're just going straight to hell?
probably.
I'll respect that. I'll respect that.
The problem with that is
I
that
think no matter what, we're gonna have differing beliefs, but I 100% like back what you're.
here's my
I like hearing your side of it.
as much as I hate to say it because I'm a human,
Yeah.
and that's just how we are.
Yeah.
Really, anyone could go to heaven if, for whatever reason,
They find
just
God.
just for the sake of argument,
Find God.
they find God and they're truly sorry for everything that they do.
I know. I want to agree with
could-
that too.
I could see that happening. Is that going to happen?
Well, because in God's eyes, murder is the same as me thinking about having sex with someone
Kind of.
that I'm not married to.
Everything is bad.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know. I mean, they say in the Bible that
it's also intention too.
Yeah.
I think the
they
intention.
say that
is
like
what-
murder is
is
the
what-
same as basically like.
And I feel like
stealing.
intention is just as important as
Yeah.
what you're actually doing. Because then you start arguing about like war.
Yeah.
And like people that go to war and they like kill people.
Right.
And we could go on that for
Those
like,
people kill people
we could go on that for
all
hours
the time, more than the
Yeah.
average serial killer.
Yeah.
But like, what was their intention?
No, I agree with you.
But
I do want to keep the episode on course though. I really do like. I mean, hey, this is why we.
I'll give you
Yeah,
like a sentence
hey.
on this, and we just completely shoot it.
But
All I'm saying,
which is like it's good.
Yeah,
for the
no,
podcast.
and
Fuck with that.
I do want to just say. I mean, it's called Sidetracked Theories.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
we're gonna get sidetracked. I mean, hopefully, some of you guys that are listening right now took away something from our conversation. But
yeah, just to get back
a
on the
closing
topic.
statement.
Yeah, I think I don't know, ghosts. I think they can manipulate what you see. They
Okay.
really can.
okay, do
Like-
we want to give a quick rating, like between us three, of like how realistic we think ghosts are?
I think
I feel like that'd be kind of interesting.
it's an
You think it's straight 10?
yeah.
Okay, Gabe. I like this.
You should go first. I got to think a little bit here.
I don't even
I
want to
think-
say a 9. I don't even want to say a 9.
All right. Are we saying that ghosts and demons are the same? Because I think demons exist.
In some ways, yeah.
I would say no.
I would say no.
some ways,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Then I'll say I think ghosts. 2 out of 10. Is that a hot take? Let me know.
That might be
Let me know in the comments. I think 2 out of 10.
I respect the take.
Thank you. I also respect your 10.
have to you have to take in your own experiences and then you also have to take in
For sure. I mean, like, I definitely feel something from like everything that
Yeah.
you're saying. And like, like I said with the sleep paralysis stuff, like, I'm open to the idea. I'm not strictly saying, you think
Oh, you're an
I don't
idiot.
hear I don't hear you say 10 out of 10 and be like, the fuck,
the
Micah?
fuck.
You
What's wrong
think
with
ghosts
you?
exist?
Like, we're
Like,
the,
no,
you're
like,
not on the pod
I
anymore. Like,
respect-
just
yeah,
get the fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, you're kicked off the fucking.
I think it's a very,
yeah.
very, very, very low chance that people have been experiencing hauntings
sure.
and like ghost.
Well, and here's the thing that fucks me up too
throughout
is that
human history.
Dude, we have so many cameras now,
Yeah.
more than ever before, and we're not still catching more shit. Like, dude,
Yeah.
you know, like it's the same thing with the UFO shit. I'm like, how are we not seeing more shit when everybody has a camera in their
Classified
pocket?
information.
Like back then in the '60s, it made sense. You know, like you had to pay good money for like one of those cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nowadays we all have like high quality cameras in
High
our pockets.
quality.
There's no reason that someone should be sending a shitty video around of like, do you see that in the sky?
Dude, do you see that? And they're
Yeah,
using
and it's
a
like 8-bit, like, bro.
Dude, yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm like,
they're
I know
using
the
a
quality goes down when
1990s
it's shared more,
T-Mobile
but
flip phone.
yeah, I'm like,
Swear,
God.
the Nokia brick.
Yeah.
Like-
But no, okay, so your rating before we get into the stories?
6.
6?
Because
like
I
it.
wanted to give
Across
it a
the board.
5 to be in the middle
Yeah.
because yeah, I've seen and heard things from other people close to me or not. And it seems really real, but I've never had any personal
See,
experience.
that's what gets me, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really interested
know what I mean?
in doing this.
So it's hard to say because it's like that's just human psychology.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, the battery died, and we kind of peeped Metro's new album a little bit.
Which was a new album. It's pretty fire.
But
not
we are
gonna lie.
back, and what do you guys say we get into some stories?
I'm ready.
100%, I'm down.
All right, run the. All right, I think I heard it, guys. All right.
Oh wait, do we want to turn the lights on?
Yeah, I was just thinking
Ooh.
hit the red.
Hit the red for the stories.
Hit the cut for the red. Cue the spooky music. I'm gonna play that. All right. So this first story, boys, is from Tacos Polacos, and it was a year ago. The question asked was, what is your guys' most wild ghost story? So, Tacos says, God, why is their name Tacos? All right. Anyway, all right. Sounds. So, the stairs to my attic had smelled like burnt hair for 3 days. Extremely odd because it was just that area, and I have a very old, drafty house. On day 4, I came home from work just before midnight, and as soon as I walked through the door, I felt like I had someone standing over my shoulder breathing down my neck. The feeling was so strong that I opened my medicine cabinet so the mirror was against the wall. I also showered with the shower curtain open because I had a powerful need to see the room. After a shower, I was a little less on edge until I walked past my 4-year-old daughter's room. The door was closed, but I heard her talking in her sleep. Then I heard a loud crash. I slowly opened the door to find her sleeping on top of her covers, and the pile of stuffed animals she insisted on sleeping with were scattered across the room. I turned the light on low, looked around the room, and checked her breathing. All seemed well, so I went to bed. The next morning, I asked her if she had a bad dream. She said, "Yeah, there was a man with no arms and sauce on his face, and he kept laughing at me. I told him to go away, but he wouldn't. Then an arm came out of the wall, threw me into the ceiling, and I crashed back down on my bed and went back to sleep." I said, "Sauce on his face?" She said, "Yeah, like red spaghetti." And the story ends there. I don't know how confident I am in this one. Red spaghetti? I mean, sure, it's your 4-year-old daughter, but dude, she just nonchalantly says, "Yeah, an arm came out of the wall and threw me up into my room." But okay, why were all of her? She was sleeping on her covers, and all of her animals were all over the floor. That's kind of, dude. I want to say I'm confident with this one, but
I would say a 4-year-old child would be a lot more scared about this story than it is portrayed.
And on top of that, bro, in Gabe's words, I wish there was more to it. I wish there was like an extra couple paragraphs kind of like going in depth. Because that alone is just...
There's nothing really to go in depth about it because it's not like it's their dream. Like they're kind of just describing what they like went through. But stuffed animals all over the place doesn't really make any sense. Like,
A lot of it is
your daughter getting
There's
thrown
gotta be
into
more
the
info.
ceiling and then just like
Yeah.
not waking up.
Yeah, you gotta give me more than that.
Kind of crazy.
A little more than that.
And then your daughter not being scared of an armless man with
She just nonchalantly,
spaghetti
she's like,
sauce.
yeah,
on
he's
his
like, hey,
face.
what happened last night? And she's like, an arm.
I mean, I guess she was young enough to think it was spaghetti sauce.
But
No.
dude, she says an arm came out of the wall and threw me up into the ceiling.
Yeah.
No.
That's pretty fucked.
I'm gonna give this one 1.5 out of 10.
I was
Yeah.
gonna be more generous. I was
Hit
gonna
a
say
2.
I was gonna say a 3.
All right,
I'll hit a 2 for
there's
sure.
our ratings. Boom, boom, boom.
I think
Boom,
the
boom, boom.
Giving
person
myself more editing.
the
later.
person just might be a terrible storyteller and like describing what their child actually said.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
But
if you're
they
telling me your
did,
daughter
that's
goes,
cap.
she goes word for word.
Very well could be.
I told him to go away, but he wouldn't. Then an arm came out of the wall and threw me into the ceiling.
and you didn't wake up.
So, listen.
I'm sorry?
I had a story about the Stanley Hotel.
Oh,
that I brought
really?
up. Yeah.
Okay,
Little
let's
story,
hear it.
Little story time.
Let's
on the
hear
Stanley
it.
Hotel.
All right. Gabe Dulac?
So after yeah. So anyways, so this guy, so given like the Stanley Hotel's history, so he said it should come as no surprise that many visitors report strange happenings, aware of the ghostly rumors. So a Texas resident named Henry Yao, I think is his last name. It's like Yau. Like Yao. I'm just gonna go with that. He booked a last-minute gateway to April in 2016 to like check it out, see if it was real.
Yeah.
So he goes. So after arriving, Yao had dinner, then wandered around the Stanley Hotel to take pictures. Stopping at the staircase, he waited for people to clear the area, and then he took a picture, thinking like nothing of it. He just, I don't know if he liked the stairs or he was trying to capture like a ghost.
Yeah.
Don't really know what his goal was. But later that night, he felt like violently sick. Like he said, quote, he said, I felt really sick. I had the shivers. I was like, something's really wrong. And then he goes, his companion suggested that he go to the emergency room, but Yao refused. So on the trip home, Yao began swiping through the photos he'd taken when he discovered what he said was a really, really strange image of someone standing on the stairs, except no one had been there. So the next day, he posted that picture on Instagram, like half joking that he'd like captured a ghost.
Yeah.
And the world took notice. Almost overnight, Yao found himself in the limelight with his ghost picture warranting attention from global media outlets and paranormal experts who wanted to examine the photo. Some experts say that there's 2 ghosts, and other people said that the reason Yao got sick is because the ghost was trying to materialize, taking energy out of him. There's so many theories about this.
So that's actually super interesting because when my
is.
friend went to the Stanley
I
Hotel,
could go back and try and find that.
he actually specifically mentioned the stairs. I forgot about that until he started talking about that. He was like, "Yeah, dude, like I remember him saying something about the stairs, but I didn't like really pay attention a whole lot to it until you were telling the story." So he was like, "Yeah, dude, the stairs, like there's like a whole thing about it. I guess there's a story about it. Like the stairs specifically, something happening at the stairs.
Really?
I'm not sure what it is.
So I'm trying to pull up a big enough picture here. I want to show you guys.
But something is on the stairs."
Right here.
Let me see this.
You can go ahead and click on it.
Oh,
if you
wow.
want to.
This is the picture you took?
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, right?
I'm putting the picture up here too. For any of the audio listeners, I implore you go to the YouTube channel at Sidetracked T. Skip to around this time.
I'll skip to something else. That's okay. I saw it though.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Definitely something like
That's
a head
so
above that,
weird.
right?
That was
Yeah.
taken when?
2016.
2016.
Yeah.
Dude. Whoa. That's spooky.
Little turbulence upstairs.
If we actually do this
Turbulence.
thing where we go and visit a place,
Mm.
that'd be so cool if like when the channel is at like a further state, that like if people like dropped like a comment like yo you guys gotta like check out this location,
Mm.
bro.
Yeah.
That would be sick. Like I would go peep out something like this.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sweet.
That sounds really cool. Micah, would you do something like this? Like
No.
Stanley Hotel?
No.
What?
That's like tame.
Like
That's
actual
not
tourist
tame, bro.
attraction.
Stanley
That's
Hotel
not-
is like
Bro
Stanley
was-
Hotel is like
It's a
baby
tourist
level.
attraction.
Bro was
That's
violently sick. That is not.
That's like one of the
tame.
first levels you play in a game, bro. It's like
yeah,
like-
yeah. It's like the tutorial, bro.
it's like the Ghost Hunter video game, and it's like the
Yeah.
first place you're going to is like the Stanley
Bro, I'd
Hotel.
much
That's
rather
like your
s-
starter
I'd
mission.
much rather spend the night at the barn by Gabe's house.
Bro, this I gotta tell you.
That place is definitely. Do you remember that fridge?
Yeah, I was just gonna. So we went. So there's on the
my
edge of my
gosh.
street. There's like this really old house and barn,
Yeah.
completely abandoned, trashed. I mean, people used to go there because there were pop cans all by the old
Yeah.
fire pit,
And like beer cans.
and it was like
shit.
Sprite cans from like the early 2000s.
Like the old logos.
Old Sprite cans, like when we were kids. Yeah. So we went there, and I'd been there a couple times before. One time by myself, and like
Dude, every
one or
time-
two other times
Every time
with
I
other
go
people.
there, it's fucking creepy as hell.
And so we went there, and before it's really like the city doesn't take care of it, so it's really overgrown with like
Yeah, it's
even
kinda like-
full ass trees. So you
Yeah.
can't even really see it from the road. Even
No,
the
you
way in.
can't. It's literally you cannot.
You
see
have
it.
to walk in there. So one night we walk in, and this is after we've been there a few times, and we kind of just fuck around. We have a few drinks in like the barn or something.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah. And on our way out, I was like, I've never seen that
No.
before.
On the way in,
It was on the way out.
it was on the way in because I noticed it when we were walking in, and I
Maybe
was
that's when we first
paranoid.
saw it.
And I was paranoid
I
as
didn't pay
fuck.
any attention until we left.
I was like, that fridge is kind of weird.
I was like, whatever. But when we left, I look at it again, and it has like red writing on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna sit here and say it was like blood or something like fuck shit. I don't know what it
But it was
was, but it
something
was red writing on the
Red
fridge.
writing
It
that
was
said, "Do not
padlocked,
open.
and it said "Do not open," and it had not been.
And he
there
goes,
before.
we're walking. He goes, oh, never seen that before.
I wanted to open it.
Casually, I'm like, bro, this is
I would've
weird
busted
as
that bitch
fuck.
open.
I was like,
Bro,
bro, this
if I
is
had like
weird as
a
hell.
bolt cutters with me,
Yeah.
low key, cut the padlock. I kind of wanted to.
Fuck, dude. That would have been
I
sick.
kind of want to go back. Like to this
Down?
day, I haven't. Come on, you can't
on,
pussy out
Micah.
of that. Going back to the
Micah.
barn.
That's so stupid. Why?
All right, everybody comment down below
what
on
reason, bro?
if you're watching on this either the short or the YouTube video. Comment down if you think Micah should come do this shit. Cause we should run this bitch.
Yeah,
2,000 likes, I'll do
You
it.
want to talk about tame?
2,000?
2,000 likes.
Bro, no shot we're hitting 2K this low, bro.
1,000, bro.
We're in the beginning set. How about 100 likes? 100 likes on the short video.
500 likes.
5?
Start sending it to people.
That's tame, though. You want to talk about tame?
500 likes and he goes on a ghost adventure with us. Please like
To the barn, specifically. Don't caught me out of, hey, we just booked tickets to Stanley Hotel. Here we go.
You almost had him, bro. You almost snuck it
Yeah.
past him.
All right, well, do we get in the next 3
I'm
stories?
smarter than
Yeah,
that.
go for it.
All right. So story number 2. This one is from another weird username, but their name is Sweet and Salty Anxiety. This was also a year ago. They go on.
Issues.
Yeah. All right. Ghostly music. I grew up in a seriously haunted house, so it takes a lot for something paranormal to really scare me. I've seen things and heard things, you name it. Startle me? Sure. Scare me? Nah. Here's the only time I've ever been actually scared. I lived in an apartment complex about 11 years ago, and other than some terrifyingly large wolf spiders, never heard or saw anything paranormal. Then the old dude who lived across from me had a party one weekend and his brother died. Alcohol poisoning. His body lay there for over 12 hours because everyone thought he was just sleeping it off. After he passed, I would occasionally hear some odd sounds, but nothing major. Then, one night, I was laying in bed with my toddler waiting for her to go to sleep, and something blocked the light that had been shining into the room from the bathroom. I whipped my head up off the pillow and looked toward the door, and there was a black mass that was loosely in the shape of a person in the doorway. My whole body started tingling, and I squeezed my eyes shut for a moment because I was terrified and unsure if it was a real person who had broken in or something paranormal. I popped my eyes back open, and it was gone, so I hopped up out of bed and grabbed my shotgun and a couple shells and took off after it. The only door into the apartment still had both locks locked, and the chain was still in place. Windows were closed and locked. I checked under every bed and inside all the closets and didn't find anything. I heard noises again after that, but never saw anything again. I moved a couple of months later when my lease was up, and nothing has happened since. A little longer than the last
Alcohol
one.
poisoning at a party, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Told bro we geek hard. Crazy.
Lightweight, bro. That's crazy.
That's the takeaways. You
telling
guys
you.
are crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I think
that's kind of just what's stuck in my
I
mind.
think building up the sleep paralysis shit from earlier, I think it was like you wake up and you're still kind of in a dream state. Like, I'm not going to lie, like I had the sleep paralysis stories earlier, right? Even recently, I still wake up in the middle of the night sometimes and I think I see like a shadowy figure in the doorway, and I look at it for a little bit and then it goes away. So I feel like maybe that's something like her like eyes just adjusting, you know.
I was always super sensitive to that sort of stuff because it scared the shit out of me as a kid. So like I was always maybe I've just been surrounded like for my entire life. I just never known that, but I always felt like I've always seen like a bunch of random stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's just your mind playing tricks.
I think it's
'Cause
just
I feel like I see that too. Like there's even at work sometimes I'm like, did I just see something in the corner of my eye?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I do that a lot.
oh,
Like,
that's what I was gonna get
that
to
happened to me
earlier.
earlier.
Yeah. Before the battery died, I was gonna get into like your brain is always looking for faces and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We've
your
talked
brain is
about that
always
before.
scanning for faces
Yeah.
and shit. So it's like I feel like your mind is always looking for these things, and that's why you're like, you know, you're in the dark and your mind is just trying to fill in the empty darkness with like things that you recognize. So
That's true.
this story, me personally, I think I'd put it more around like 4.2. I think that they're speaking from their truth, but I don't think it actually is a ghostly story. Like I don't think this person's like saying this with malintent. I think this person is saying this with the idea of like this fucking scared the shit out of me. This happened. And I don't doubt that it did, but I don't think that what they saw was like, I think maybe they were just in the, like what I was saying. I think they were in a place where like their eyes just hadn't adjusted and it was like situational. Yeah. And then because of the events that happened recently, they kind of linked them together. The same way that like maybe something traumatic would happen to you and you just be like,
I hit it with like a solid 4.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't like it when
4.5
stories like
maybe.
they're kind of wrapping up the story and they're like, and I heard weird noises after that. Like,
yeah, they're like, oh, I still heard
kind of noises because like,
elaborate.
bro, a weird noise could be a raccoon going through your garbage, bro.
That's what I mean. I'm like I don't want to sound like a broken record, but
it
like
can mean
from Gabe's
anything.
words, like I wish it had more
It
content.
could
to
literally mean anything.
Yeah.
Like weird
Like, I
noises.
agree
Like
with
when
that.
when I always say more detail, I don't mean like you got to make shit up, but just
Yeah,
like
but just
go,
like, you know, like fill
Describe.
out.
do what
Yeah.
your college and high school
If you're gonna
teachers
say
taught
something,
you and
describe
bullshit.
what
Like
you
just
heard, bro.
expand. Like
Yeah,
use more,
expand on
like,
like, you know.
yeah.
Like
Don't
I got
just
up in
sum
the
some shit
morning.
up.
I got up in the morning and then I went to work. It's like, okay, what happened in that period between then?
Right.
Bro, yeah, that could have been an
What
hour.
you see on the drive there, you know,
Like,
like
did college not teach you to
Exactly.
bullshit to hit your word
That's what I'm
limit? Like,
saying.
come on, bro.
I'm
Have
just
some
saying, like,
details.
you can't be like, yeah, they died, and then 7 months later this happened. It's like, okay, what happened between then? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, no, I'm final score 4.2. I'm gonna stand with what I initially said.
I'm gonna go with a 4.
I'll pop
4?
a 4 on it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think we're all roughly around the same spot on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Story 3. This is from a deleted user, actually.
Oh.
And in response to the same question I originally stated, where it was like, what is the craziest ghost story that you've had? This person, like I said, yeah, deleted. It had like 36 upvotes, though, so a lot of people thought this was cool. They continue. It was about 4 years ago. It wasn't the first paranormal oh my god, let me just run this back.
Yep,
my god.
I thought bro was about to hit
Yeah.
that.
Holy fuck. I'm just leaving that in. Y'all can see the mistakes. It was about 4 years ago. It wasn't the first paranormal occurrence to happen, just the one that scared me the most. One night, my 2.5-year-old son woke up my husband and I when he crawled into our bed. I couldn't fall back asleep, so I decided to work on a project in my craft room. I was in there for about 45 minutes when the small monitor to the nanny cam started rapidly flickering on and off. Mind you, these were not motion-censored cams, only continuous feed. The cams are in the living room and son's room. I went over to the monitor and picked it up. It all of a sudden made this loud, ear-piercing sound like a mic feedback. It startled me, and I dropped the monitor face down. I noticed the glow around the edges stop flickering. So I picked up the monitor and turned to look at the screen. I saw my son standing as still as a statue in the middle of the living room, staring at the wall. I started for the door with the monitor still in my hand. When I glanced down again, my son's head turned. Only the head, and his eyes went directly to the camera in the upper corner of the room. He had no expression on his face at all. I left the room and went through the small kitchen and dining room, rounded the corner to the living room, and it was empty. The door to our bedroom was on the other side. I went in there, and my son was sound asleep in the same position he was when I left. My husband looked up from his e-reader. I asked him if he had woken up and went to the living room. He told me no. I asked if my husband had gotten up to go to the bathroom or the kitchen even. He said, thinking maybe he just didn't see our son try to follow him. But my husband swears that he hasn't left the bed at all, and our son has been peacefully snoring away the whole time. Like I said before, this wasn't the first time we had seen doppelgangers, but it was always so brief that you didn't really have time to get scared or have it completely register yet. This was definitely just a glimpse, but above all it was the look on my son's face, that empty void kind of stare when he turned his head to face the camera, that really messed me up, and it gave me chills to this day. And then she just ends there.
Damn.
Yeah, I was trying to like kind of fix her wording towards the end there. She left out like a few words towards the end, so I was like filling the gaps. But yeah, that's this kind of fucks me up. If you imagine staring at the wall, you're looking at the nanny cam, you're looking like, oh my God, is my son okay? And you run out to the living room, and you're like, oh, they're not there. And then you go to the room they're supposed to be in, and they're just still sound asleep like you just saw them. Dude, that's terrifying to think of. Like what she said. She's like, this is not what worried me, my husband not being aware of it. What worried me is the image of my son just void stared going.
Bro, not even like the eyes open.
Yeah, it's not even just like, it's just like
blank stare.
Yeah, it's just like.
And turns only his head too. Just that way of describing it was pretty.
Yeah.
Like imagine I was like, all right, I'm gonna finish like emptying off the card so we can finish the episode, and you come back upstairs because you're like, oh, it's been a while since Tony came down.
Your head just fucking turns.
And you walk into the room, and I'm just sitting there staring at the wall, going like, that's terrifying. This story, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna give this story like a 7.5.
I was thinking
this
7.
one like it
realistically
feels like a feeling in me.
I'd hit that one with a 7.
I don't know. The
solid.
detail really fucks you up because like you want to be like
that
you
one.
want to be like, damn, yeah, detail was there. Like I'm gonna give a higher score.
Yeah. Like I just love I feel like she wasn't just saying it to like just say shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a lot of the parts of the story were like you wouldn't put that in there unless like to me it feels like you wouldn't have just come up with that.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the things that she included, just like the moments where she's like, okay, I put the nanny cam down, but then all of a sudden I saw the glow was off, so I picked it back up and I saw.
I think I would give it.
There. It's like
a 5.5.
5.5. That's respectable. That's kind of middle of the road.
The story just kind of like feels like it came out of like inspiration of Paranormal Activity.
No, I see that. I know what you mean. That's kind of a lot of the movies.
Like the whole like cameras and like the dogs going nuts, and then like the babies in the crib or whatever, and just like some creepy ass shit. I don't know.
You said 5.5?
5.5.
Okay, so final scores 5.5, 7.5, 7. All right. Let's get into the last story. This one's kind of a longer one.
That's okay.
So get ready, boys. Cut me off at any moment. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me settle in a little bit.
All right.
Settle in where?
So this one is also from a deleted user. This one's a book. I'm not going to lie, boys.
A novel.
So for any of you listeners, I hope you're doing like a nice task and this is just background to you, because lock in. This is a lot. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm ready, bro. I'm settled
All
in.
Right.
I'm ready to hear a little scary story.
So this user starts off.
This is like what I go to sleep to as well. Like
for real. I mean,
I'll literally just fall asleep.
It's stuff like, dude, like I'll listen to this. Like I work in sales. I'll listen to this just like while I'm working, because it's like just nice to hear
really?
stories.
Yeah.
Or not like our pod necessarily, but stuff
like
similar to
podcast.
Nightmares.
Yeah, where there's kind of like reading stories of like shit that's happened, like or people's like true events supposedly.
Like Two Bears is one that I used to literally.
Oh yeah, I used to listen to
Two
Two Bears all the time. Yeah.
Work.
So yeah, I'll get into this. I'll cue music. Been looking forward to a post like this to share mine. I actually like reading people's experiences more than trying to glean something from blurry security footage. So one of my closest friends growing up lived in a house that was beyond a reasonable doubt haunted as fuck. The house was definitely somewhere around a century old, or at least now it is, and our town was situated in a very woodsy suburb. He and every member of his family had experiences there. Several of our friends had their own experiences there, and I had my own too. Honestly, it would be impossible to try and condense it down into one experience, and I believe it's worth sharing the accounts I can remember. So I'll start with the least scary one, which was thankfully my own, and then move to the ones that were kind of worth telling.
So before you even dig into this, bro, like, you can't be shocked if the house is over a century old.
Right? I mean, dude, that's got a lot of character
bro.
to it at that point.
You're in a house like that, you gotta be expecting that kind of shit.
Yeah.
At least something.
How do horror movies start? You're in a house that you just bought that's like a million
Yeah.
years old, and you're like,
Million years old.
oh, dude, we just got this for sale. Cheap as hell. I wonder why.
It was cheap as
Old
fuck.
as shit.
That's what I said.
Old owners
Yeah.
wanted to get the hell out
I'm with
as
you 100%.
quick as possible.
I'm like, dude, you're living in a house 100 years plus old.
as soon as I hear that, I'm like, how can you
Yeah.
not expect it?
Oh, yeah, that's some
That's
wicked
also
shit.
so cliche though too.
It is.
Right.
I agree, but I mean, dude, if you really think about it, there's so many.
But like,
houses
where
that
else
built
would it
in, like,
happen?
The early
though? It's not going to
1900s.
happen in a newly
Yeah.
built house.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe it was like renovated.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, if it's over 100 years old.
No, yeah. So he continues. During high school, my parents went on a vacation, and for a few days I stayed at this particular house of my friends. Let's call him Paul. I stayed in Paul's room in a sleeping bag on the floor while he slept in his bed. One morning, I woke up to someone whispering my ear, like directly into my ear, my name. And for this sake, I'll just say it like it's my own name. So he puts in quotations, Tony, you need to leave now. That's what he says. It did not say this like super maliciously, almost more of a warning. It definitely woke me up though, and immediately I'm thinking Paul was fucking with me, as he frequently did. So I turned around to my right where he was sleeping and realized he was completely out. I said, what? To him, thinking he was joking around, and he didn't wake up. He was definitely asleep. It was quiet and still too early for even Paul's parents to be up. Then it hit me, as it still hits me today. I heard the whisper in my left ear, and Paul was on my right side. Yo. Bro, if we were chilling and I would knock out and Gabe is like passed out to my right and like you left like to go home or something.
Yeah.
But
Yo, why
you
we
were
in
to
the
my left
same
originally.
bed, though?
Well, no, who says we're in the same bed? Yo.
Who says we aren't?
Whoa. Hey.
Listen,
Rewind.
I need a weighted blanket. We don't
Hey.
have one.
All I'm saying is I looked to my left.
All right.
And you went home and you told me you were going home and I'm hearing people talking to my left ear.
Yeah.
I'm losing my shit. That's scary as
That's
fuck.
pretty crazy. He doesn't have an encounter after that though.
Oh no, we can keep getting into
All
it.
right.
So he doesn't have a
Well,
personal.
so that was his encounter.
Yeah.
And the rest
he doesn't
are
have a personal
other
encounter,
people's?
but all of his close friends all have
Yeah.
their own encounters after this. So that's where he continues. So he continues, Paul had other experiences in the same room, a few I can remember off the top of my head. For a time, he told me he suffered from sleep paralysis on a consistent basis. He would see demons in his room and would be unable to sleep or move. Just unable to move. He told me that very frequently in his sleep, the standing fan by his bed would become a demon girl, and he would wake up with a jolt of adrenaline, having punched or thrown the fan to the ground. He told me he would sometimes see someone standing in the closet by his bed, faced both towards him while he was awake or sleeping. Oddly enough, his sleep paralysis significantly decreased as soon as he moved out of that place. So I don't know if that's something to say towards, like,
Yeah.
not being connected with the location anymore, but sleep paralysis is some whack shit. I mean, we've talked about it more than enough this episode.
Right.
Fuck. But all right, so he goes on. That floor, the second floor where Paul, his parents, and 2 of his 4 sisters slept. 4 sisters.
Yeah, damn.
Shit. Parents were having fun. My
Jesus.
God. That's 5 kids.
At a certain point,
If he
let's,
doesn't have any brothers,
snip
that's
the,
5.
Damn,
snip the wire there, buddy.
I have more siblings than that. I have 5.
That's right, you do.
All from the same parents?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting
Well, I guess
busy.
except my oldest sister.
The Olsons were having fun. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying.
They're getting
Sorry.
rich.
Oh, it's those
Sorry.
Catholic
Come on, man.
families. What
Set
can I
me
say?
up.
Oh, those Catholic families, man. What can I say?
Yeah, there ain't no birth control
All right,
involved
all
in
right, all right.
those.
Those are.
Hell no.
Wow. All right, but he continues, and 2 of his 4 sisters slept, which was spooky. I remember getting weird feelings up there. One of his sisters claimed to see the ghost of a little boy in their bathroom. His mom once opened the closet in her bedroom to find the same little boy standing in there looking up at her and asking for his mom. I heard about that one when I was in middle school, and it always creeped me out. It's always way scarier when you hear that adults see them too. So I'm assuming this person's probably like a mid-teenager or something. But yeah, I still agree with that. Before my own experience, I generally thought Paul was just trying to fuck with me when he would tell me about these other experiences. Most of our other friends were the same way, thinking Paul was full of shit. Even after my own experience, at times I would think that maybe I just dreamt it up. But then a few of those same friends, some of them complete non-believers beforehand, had their own experiences, and that changed my whole idea of the house. Once a year, Paul and his family would take a trip and have someone take care of their 2 dogs. One of our mutual friends came over to do just that one day. When she got there that evening to feed the dogs, the house was dark and empty. For some context, the dogs were being fed near the kitchen, and adjacent to the kitchen was the dining room, which led further away into the entryway, and after that, a small living room. Well, not long after feeding the dogs, she heard a blood-curdling scream, a goddamn shriek, coming from that living room, like someone was inside with her. She booked it outside with the dogs, checked for intruders, and saw no one was there. I'm pretty sure after that she called Paul, told him what happened, and he laughed and said, "Yeah, shit like that happens sometimes."
What?
Yo.
I know he
Full
always...
on shriek, and you're just like,
You gotta
yeah,
think about it from the sense that, like, this guy tells him that fucking shit
I
happens to the
forgot
house all the
about
time.
that. My bad.
pay no mind.
I should have warned you.
But, I mean, as this guy's kind of been saying, like, this Paul guy has kind of made it evident that, like, his house has got some shit going on.
Mhm.
And they all just give him shit, like, oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Mm.
So I'm sure that's why he gave that response of, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I've heard screaming in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I'm used to it at this point.
That's happened
So
before.
I can kind of, I'll give...
Like I've told
We'll
you.
get to it in the rating, but, like, I kind of give him credit for that. It's like, it's consistent.
Mhm.
It's not, like, out of the blue for that. But continues. A couple years later, one of the bigger doubters in our group, who thought all of us were full of shit, even the new ones who had their own experience, Paul hosted a fair amount of parties back then, and usually we would use his basement to avoid any sort of noise complaints. So all of us are in the basement having a good time, and this particular friend of ours decides to run up and grab another drink from upstairs. Mind you, this friend is not the kind of guy to get completely fucked up. Like, he'll only ever have 1 or 2 beers at most. So for all intents and purposes, he's sober. He goes up, and the ground floor was completely empty as all of us were in the basement. There was a porch directly outside the dining room / entryway / living room, and it extended long ways across the back of the house. As our friend was walking into the dining room to grab a beer off the table, he sees a tall, grim-looking woman standing on top of the porch outside, looking through the window directly at him. He knows something is wrong because she's sort of featureless and also standing outside by herself, looking inside. He takes his eyes off her one moment, looks back, and she's gone. A few days later, he tells Paul what happened, and Paul tells him how he and his siblings have seen that exact same woman before. Our friend becomes a believer after that. The basement was creepy as hell, but I can only think of one thing that ever happened to me down there. It was more of a storage cellar than anything. We still used it for parties and just generally hanging out, but it was so cluttered with random shit that whole areas of the room were completely cut off. At some point in college, one summer when I was back home, Paul and his family were doing the annual Throw Old Shit Away Fest, and he openly invited some of our friends to come help. I came one day, and when I got there, Paul's dad nonchalantly told me, "You get to see the secret room." Turns out that in the far corner of the basement, behind a bunch of the clutter, was a little storage closet that nobody besides me, maybe Paul's parents, knew about. We investigated it that day, and in it we found a bunch of random old shit. I can't remember everything exactly. I don't even know if Paul's family knew what this stuff was, but among all of it, I specifically remember finding this very old-fashioned, vintage music box. Like one of the Conjuring with the dancing ballerina, that kind of thing.
Fuck that.
We decided it was creepy and didn't want anything to do with it, so we left it in the closet.
You
Well.
left it in the closet?
Yeah.
I mean,
They
what
left
else are you
it.
gonna do with it?
They left it.
I
They
mean,
were
you
like,
could throw
fuck
it
this
away,
Throw that
but,
bitch away.
I mean,
Yeah, you'd think so.
even if you'd seen The Conjuring at that point too,
Yeah.
like, bruh, you should
Yeah.
throw that
That's
thing
what
in the
I'm saying.
fire.
Bro,
I'm
that's
with
what
you
I'm
guys.
saying, bro.
Me personally, I'm like, yo, does someone
Dispose
want
of
this?
that, bro.
Yeah, I'm getting this out of my house.
100%.
So he goes on, well, on a different day, when I thankfully was not there, Paul and another friend were cleaning out the basement when suddenly that same music box started playing by itself from behind the door of the closet. They were alone and had not been in that closet all day. They bolted upstairs.
Hell no, I'm burning the house, bro.
That shit's fucked. All right, so
I'm
last
literally
Getting
paragraph.
that insurance
I'm
money.
I'm
Yeah.
taking every
It's an
fucking
old ass
gallon
house.
of
It was an
gas.
electrical fire.
Fuck
That's what
that.
I'm saying, yeah.
Promise.
So last paragraph here. At the top of the house, there were 2 small bedrooms, both belonging to Paul's older sisters. This is the last one I will share, as it's the story that stuck with me the longest. The second oldest sister once had a vivid and intense dream in which she herself was being exorcised. A demon was being forced out of her as a group of priests were standing over her convulsing body, shouting verses at her, and she remembered it just being crazy and intense. After enduring this for some time, she suddenly jolts herself awake and yells, and at that precise moment, a rosary she had hanging on her wall flies from its place, crashes to the floor, and shatters into a bunch of pieces, completely on its own, nothing to do with her waking up. She was covered in sweat and completely terrified. No one else was in the room. Yeah, that place was fucking haunted. And that's the end.
That's pretty
Damn.
crazy. I don't know what kind of rosary she had.
That's
that
the
was
kind of detail
shattered.
I'm talking about, bro.
Shattered and
Look at,
breaks,
dude, this
though?
is a
Yeah.
whole. That's a whole story right there. That's how much I
Yeah.
just read. That's like fucking.
I mean, what kind of rosary does she have that's hanging on the wall
and
and it
shatters. That's what because I was thinking like like the Christmas kind of like. I was thinking like.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to be a really big rosary.
One is
I
it like
mean,
made of glass or something?
Not usually.
'Cause I was thinking like the rosary where it's made of like leaves kind of or like
Well, like
those pine needles.
a rosary is like the necklace.
Oh yeah,
looking
yep,
thing,
yep, yep.
Right. So it's got like the little beads on
Pop
it.
some rosaries up on screen.
So they have like the little beads on them, and then they have the cross, the small one on the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, they can come in like different sizes and shapes, but like I've seen big ones, I guess, but like
Yeah. I'm looking at some right now.
none that are like glass where if they dropped on the floor it would shatter, unless it was with such force.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, I think adding up all of the stories together,
I give it a 7 or 8.
I'm giving
go
it a
7.5.
good 7.5 on that
Yeah,
one.
me too.
I'm
A
slapping
lot of those
that one with an
stories-
8, bro.
Yeah.
That's good.
There were-
because you have multiple different stories,
Different
multiple different
perspectives.
accounts,
It's
detail,
detailed.
in
I really
depth.
like that one,
I
honestly.
do too.
I'm hitting that with an 8.
Like I was looking
I
forward
am
to
honestly
doing that episode
surprised that
just
you guys
off of
aren't
that
higher.
story.
Yeah.
Because like before you guys got here, I was like, oh, this story's gonna be good to finish it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I like this one.
Yeah, no. I think
There's a good amount of like variety.
I think that's definitely genuine.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
It doesn't seem like something they're just making up. I mean,
No.
especially when
multiple
it was
accounts,
like,
too.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right.
And he was like, okay, I'm gonna start off with my account because I don't think it was that
Yeah.
crazy, and then gets into like the accounts he's heard from his friend and like other friends.
Right. And there's this guy who's a non-believer who.
Yeah, and
had
I could definitely see that
experiences
like one of your friends that doesn't really drink too much at a party, and you guys are all hanging
Yeah.
in the basement.
Yeah.
And he goes up, he's like, all right, I'm gonna grab a beer quick, and you're like, oh shit, you're getting a beer, huh?
yeah.
He comes back, he's like,
What the fuck?
there's a fucking chick
There's a
standing out on the
there's
deck
a
right
chick
now.
out there standing on
Yeah.
the deck, and she's staring into the house.
Yeah, no, I'd give this a good 7.5. Like this one, more than anything, makes me think that like, okay, yeah, there's some shit.
For sure.
Right.
I would
The other stories, like they were, the baby one or the daughter.
Yeah,
Or
that one's a little weird.
Mhm.
did she say daughter or son staring at the wall? Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That makes me terrified. The idea of like your kid
See, with a story like that, like I'm slapping that with an 8, bro.
easily.
I'm a little surprised you went
It's like, oh my
7.5 on this one. And it's like
The
so
only
close
reason
to
I
the
go
last one. Like
7.5
this,
is
I think
just
this one
because-
compared to the last one is
No.
so much.
I think, as I said with the last one too, like I think it was this person's truth.
Mm.
But I think the only thing that gets me is that just because it's not their account. The same way like with the Skinwalker one where they talked about the goat like creature standing up and running towards them. It's the same thing where it's like
I just
they were
find this
saying
one
their
way
friend's
more
account.
believable.
No, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I'd say on a believability scale, very believable, but on a realistic scale, that's where I'm giving it the 7.5. Just
Really?
because
Okay.
just because it's their friend's account with a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
If they said all of these were their own accounts, that would help out.
Really?
But
I
just
like the
knowing that-
multiple
No,
perspectives.
I do like the multiple perspectives, but just the fact that they only had one personal account, that's the only thing that got me.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from.
But I think it really helps the case. The reason I rated a 7.5, which me personally, I feel like that's high for me. The only reason I hit that is kind of just because they're like, oh, we were cleaning it up and we found out about the musical box. But then on a different day where I wasn't there, you know, like I think it's cool that they introduced the music box when they were there. And then on a separate occasion, that's where the incident actually happened, where it was playing through the wall and, you know, they weren't there, but their friends experienced that. So that's why I'm like, I think it is believable and like it sounds like it's real. I get
where you're coming from. I mean, I'm gonna stick with an 8. I like that one.
Yeah,
I think
I'll respect that. I don't knock the 8.
Probably the
definitely respect
best
that.
story
Very
from
well
any
told.
episode.
I think more than anything, the wording,
Yeah.
that helped me a lot.
It sounds like the way I describe it.
Yeah.
If I had to tell it from other people.
If I were to write it out for someone,
right? Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of these
I
people
want
are
to give
just
it.
leaving
I
out.
want to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Like this is how I'd
I
tell it if I had
honestly-
to tell from other people's perspectives.
I'm surprised you didn't go higher than that.
I'm surprised
Fair
you
enough.
guys didn't. I'm the highest one here.
Yeah, what was your score again?
What do you mean by that?
Highest in the room.
No, what was your score one more time?
I think it's 7.5.
Oh, so you're
I
with
would
me,
even
alright.
I would even actually go to an 8.
Okay,
I might
so-
change it to an 8.
All right, 8 and 7.5.
Just like really
I'll run with that.
processing the information.
Yeah, after that little P.
I think multiple accounts.
Yeah.
I think even just like the stories of like, dude, like this isn't even like funny. Like bro was actually living in a house that was haunted.
Yeah.
And like these are the stories that me and my friends and that
Yeah.
he experienced, and like I want to tell you guys what they
And
are.
I think what I really like, you know, I know I'm a little bit lower than you guys, but I think 7.5 is still kind of high. Where I
think
want
so,
to,
too.
where I'm coming from, that I really like to do with it is that he starts off initially with like none of us really believe this. Like our friend was always on about how this house is.
He's
haunted.
bullshitting.
Yeah,
And whatever.
We're all just like, okay, yeah, funny.
They went through the detail to
Yeah.
be like, and for
And
all
then he
intents
started
and
off-
purposes. He's like this, probably
Yeah.
the most sober guy.
Right?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
a non-believer, and he goes up there and he.
Exactly. That's
You know
what I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying?
Like he starts off with like, okay.
I think an
Me
8's very
personally,
fair for
like
this
me
one.
personally, I didn't
I
believe
fuck with
it, but then you know I had this whispering from my left.
Dude,
and then
I'm
that's when
surprised
it
from that
instilled in me.
whispering, like something didn't happen to him
Yeah,
specifically.
he's like, you
either.
need to leave now.
Yeah.
But he said it wasn't malicious, so maybe it's like one of those like
Yeah, but it's a
kind of
warning.
what you were saying. It's like someone
Like
with
it's a
unfinished
warning
business,
for
not
a reason,
necessarily
you know?
malintent.
Like it's not gonna like give you a warning and then have
Yeah.
it not do something to you.
Yeah. But no, I like these ratings. 8, 7.5.
I like
Yeah.
him.
All right. Well, I think we could wrap it here then.
I think so.
I suppose.
If any of you guys have
Good
made it
episode,
this
man.
far, I'm glad you guys did. If you would like to see more haunting episodes, we would love to make this a series.
It was a great podcast.
Yeah, I would honestly say this is definitely my top. Like,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Maybe once summer hits, go hit like a different spot,
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
barn or some shit.
that's what I'm saying.
Hot in the barn.
And yeah, if you guys want to see me and Gabe visit some very haunted place, shit happen.
Feed cuts out at the barn.
Let us
One
know.
of us gets dragged
Well-
after it clears up.
Oh my god.
That'd be crazy. Clout chasing.
Some Blair Witch Project type shit.
Yeah. So I guess I'll run the outro. Like I said, yeah, you guys made it this far. Thank you for joining. If you guys support this series, fucking please show that.
Bro,
Otherwise, you can
share
find
it
us.
with your fucking friends. Share
Yes. Everywhere. Share it everywhere.
it, like, subscribe, bro.
You can find us at Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can find us on Amazon Music. And if you go to Twitter or TikTok, you can find us at Sidetracked TW for Twitter or at Sidetracked T for TikTok and Instagram. So, go peep that shit. Check it out. Otherwise, we will see you in the next one. Yeah. Check this out. Alright, that should be good. Hey, hold up. Yeah.